wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, this is going to be the first holiday I've ever had without my little sister. And one of the things that she would say all the time was she wished she would have gotten her scan early. By the time she waited and got her scan, it was stage 4 cancer. Don't wait. If you have something that feels off, go get a scan. And you can get a scan even if you don't feel off with Life Imaging FLA. Life Imaging FLA, if you pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan, you can get a free heart scan with a few minimum requirements. It's a great value, and it's something you should do. But then ask about cancer screening. That's super important, and I'll be thinking about that a lot during the holidays this season. You people that you love, get them into Life Imaging FLA and get that cancer screening, get that free heart scan. It could save your life. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds to Life Imaging FLA, and tell them Russ Rollins the Monster sent you.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. To the rescue this year. The Hess truck's here.
The 60th anniversary Hess Fire Truck with car and motorcycle comes with lights, sounds, and a huge ladder. Only at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
This November, give thanks for the gift of clear vision with a free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've been serving Central Florida for over 30 years, helping thousands see life in high definition. Don't let poor vision blur your holiday memories. Simply text 1041 to 868686 today and take advantage of their 24-month interest-free financing. Schedule your free consultation now, and you could be seeing clearly by Christmas. The Filatowski Eye Institute, bringing Central Florida into focus for over 3 decades. Text 1041 to 868686 for your free LASIK consultation now.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Are you a chronic interrupter? Incapable of letting other people talk? Do those people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have a 120-night sleep trial so you can get your money back if a bed's not right. That way anyone, even someone like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See
roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, November 21st, 2024. Lots to get to today, from R.I.P. to MSNBC to a mysterious orb spotted over New York, and Milhouse from The Simpsons says goodbye. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane. What's happening? And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Pretty good. Good.
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah.
It's nice outside. It's a good day. We got lots to talk about.
Yes, I got to whip out the leather jacket and wore it all of, I believe, an hour and a half before I started to sweat.
Hey, how we doing for Thanksgiving at the HQ there, iHeart? How's everything going?
Ice cold stuffing, tell you that much.
Still good, I'm telling you.
I got to
will
run.
wake up in the middle of the night and I will go to a little leftover container with a fork and I will scoop that cold ass stuffing right in my mouth.
And I get that, but that's in the middle of the night after the original Thanksgiving dinner. Here's the thing: we've done this several years now.
Yeah,
this is the first year that they have labels of who made it.
Oh no! It says like Sabrina stuffing on it. Oh no!
And so I just I ran in. I brought chicken, the chicken broth to reheat it per C-Lane's advice, and it's just a little chaotic. So I'm going to write on my sign, just wait a second until the next commercial break so I can warm it up in the microwave.
Oh, good God. All right.
It's
Fingers
fine.
crossed.
I should have brought rolls. That's what I should have brought.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a gas station where a gentleman
get gas.
Oh, whoa.
And a gentleman thinks he's doing the right thing. I don't think so. Tell me what your thoughts are, and I think both of you will have them on this interaction that you're about to watch. His name is Damon Darling, and what he
That's
does
a fun name.
is he goes into gas stations and stores like this, and he has these interactions. Here he is.
Bush, ma'am.
Bush,
Got the
ma'am?
bush light.
All right, so he says, ma'am, you got the Bush Light, because she's leaving with what looks to be a 12-pack of Bush Light.
Oh,
right?
I think I know what's going on here, by judging by his caption and hashtags.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, regular Bush. Gonna get the calories and everything, huh, Bob? I'm 8 years sober myself. I'm just trying to plant little seeds, help people struggling with it. I saw you in the cooler there. It ain't even noon.
Oh, this is for
on a
game
Thursday.
night tonight.
Yeah, I used to say things. Yeah, I used to say that too.
No, I'm
and then
my God.
making excuses.
That's so
Love you.
uncomfortable.
All right, there she goes.
Pack a Bush, man.
So he encounters this woman at the gas station,
That's
and he says,
so uncomfortable.
it's not even noon on a Thursday, and there you are buying some Bush. I used to be an alcoholic. I knows them when I sees them. And what are you doing? I'm just trying to help people out here a little bit.
That's not helping anybody out at all.
A couple of
such an
things.
invasion of privacy.
Number one, the first thing you're doing, if you're doing this for real, is you're projecting, okay? You're projecting in a very big way. It is totally plausible, likely even, that somebody who's getting a 12-pack of beer at, let's say, 11 o'clock on a Thursday is maybe preparing for something that's going to happen that night, like she said she was preparing for game night. And just because you're a raging alcoholic who used to do things...
raging alcoholic.
Right, but this, I imagine, would be not in the steps for AA.
Yeah, I don't think this is part of it. I don't think confrontation of others is part of
That's
this,
what I
this setup.
used to say.
That's what me too. I used to make up excuses all the time. And I go, mind your own business. Okay?
I will second that.
Yeah, mind your own business, friend.
Would it change your mind about this video if I told you this guy was a stand-up comic?
I know what this guy does. I've seen other videos from him. I still hate it. I hate what's happening
Is
here.
stand-up comic in quotes? Because this isn't funny.
Yeah, it's not. It's like he does hashtag comedy. This is not a funny bit. It's a lady just trying to live her life at the gas station, and what does she think happened with this encounter? You know what I mean? Like, what does she take? She's like, Jesus, I was just trying to buy something at the gas station, and this guy was all weird. Yeah, and now I'm going viral, and people may think from watching this that I'm some sort of drunk. And a bunch of the comments are, he says, 9 years sober in December, hashtag motivation.
Cool,
And
that's your journey, man.
the top comment is, let her drink in peace button, and it wants people to hit the like, and it has 10,259 likes.
Yeah.
Then, this dude makes me cringe so hard. Okay. And then this is really upsetting the drunks in the comments section. So some people are suggesting that those very upset by this are drunks themselves. Right. Yeah. And that's why you're so butthurt by all of this. Not that this is like just obnoxious behavior.
Let's let that guy do the same thing, but in the dessert section of a grocery store. Oh, I used to eat all those little donuts.
Going with full fat ice cream, huh?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he did that too at the beginning. He's like, all the calories too, the full calorie.
Got the Bush Light. Oh, regular Bush. Gonna get the calories and everything, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna get the calories and everything.
I love that store let him set up a tripod and everything.
Or a friend's holding the camera. I don't know. It's pretty steady. But I saw another one where he's in, let's say it's a Target. It doesn't matter. And some kid is walking by, and he goes, hey, man. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, are you an NPC? And he goes, no. And he goes, prove it to me. And the kid's trying to have fun, so he's just like,
I can't wait to see his stand-up on stage.
And he's moving. He's just like trying to mess with people in a way that I think really embarrasses them. Not in a funny way.
That doesn't make you a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let me see if I can find that one, actually. I'll see if I can pick this up. Because I don't think it's funny.
How many followers you got?
That guy?
710,000. Son of a bitch. That's infuriating. A lot of them are him at some sort of grocery store or department store. I can't find the one I was seeing, but it was some young guy at a store, and he's like, are you an NPC? Prove to me you're not an NPC. And the whole thing's just cringe. It's so cringe to watch. And if you were actually doing this and you're going, hey, I'm trying to help people out. They're drunks. This is my way to intervene. Stop, please. You're making things worse for everybody involved. Over to this, before we get to a couple of emails to kick things off today, some responses from yesterday's program. And I ask you a question first. What about this?
All right.
Very soon. In fact, I think it's today or tomorrow. Is it today or tomorrow when Wicked is released into the theaters?
Tonight, I think, at midnight. Or there's probably already some sneak previews, screenings, stuff like that. Wicked and Gladiator.
It's going to be big. It's going to be a big weekend at the box office. I think they said the Gladiator's supposed to make 60 to 80 million. Big.
Did they come up with a Brangelina name for this the two movies?
It's Glicked.
Glicked.
Glicked will have
Wickiator.
I'll just toss that story. That would be fun.
So it's supposed to make what? Which story? Am I ruining it or is C-Lane ruining it?
Both of you guys did. It was a combo ruining.
One-two punch.
What's the story related to Wicked? What is it?
Well, it's the new Barbenheimer.
Oh, okay. That's C-Lane. Can't put that on me. I wasn't going to mix those two. I'm going another direction here.
Well, you guys are tied for ruining stories prize at the end of the year.
I'm not tied here. I'm not trying to ruin it. I got something different. I want to ask you this, and I want everybody's feedback on this.
Let me guess. People singing in the movie theater.
Yes.
All right. I'll toss that story as
well. I will never go see Wicked in the movie theater for that exact reason.
It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now.
Uh-huh.
It is an absolute 100% guarantee, especially the first week.
I agree. It's going to make over $100 million. It's going to be a massive movie. And people are mega fans of this Broadway show. I've seen it. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've seen it. It's been out for a long time.
It has been, but I have never seen it.
I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this, I was looking forward to it being my first experience with Wicked. And of course, I'd love to see the Broadway show. at some point. But this will be, it for me. I know that one song, the most popular song.
Yeah.
That I can't even sing right now, but if I were to hear the first 2 seconds of it, I could sing along. But that's about it.
Here's
that's
the
all
problem.
I know.
If you go to see The Lion King and a couple people go, Hakuna Matata, and they sing along to that, no big deal, right? It's a little ditty. But Wicked is top of your lungs. Wah! Like you're hitting a note that you have never hit before in your life, and it's loud when you're singing along with it.
Oh, yeah, but imagine you're also sitting with theater kids who did not get to be on or off Broadway for it.
Right. This is their moment.
Which I can't hate them for it.
No,
in the sense of like, this is exciting and this is, it's their enthusiasm that brought it to the theaters.
Let's go to that. Is it wrong for somebody to be in the theater and be singing along to this? Because it's a Broadway show. There's Broadway show songs. It's kind of part of the thing.
I don't know that it's that wrong. I know that there's been like a campaign, like a don't sing campaign going around. Like don't, yuck other people's yum where everybody's trying to enjoy the movie. Don't.
AMC Theaters in particular is like a long-standing policy that prohibits disruptive behavior. And they have sent out that memo once again coming up to this. But it's not the first sing-along Broadway movie to
there's been
through.
A bunch this year even, and a bunch of them have failed, but this one is not going to fail, and it has a built-in fan base, and they know the songs.
Yeah,
they
but Sean,
absolutely know them.
Exactly. You use Lion King as an example, but most people that saw Lion King in theaters were hearing those songs for the first time. Now, if they re-release Lion King, if they did like a limited theater run, I think people would go in there and sing.
No, they like say the Beyonce one, the new one. You know what I'm saying? Where they just released the newer version.
Yeah.
And then people
I see what you say.
Yeah, I see what you say.
I see it, I smell it, I taste it.
And then you're in the theater, and then Hakuna Matata.
All right, yeah, okay. Okay, buddy.
Hakuna Matata.
I think it would be so annoying. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I don't blame them for doing it. Have fun.
I mean, that's why if you, I would say prepare yourself, unless you're going to be one of the people singing. It will be a great experience for everybody. If you know the musical very well, if you know the songs, then you're going to be amongst your people, and it's going to be, I think, very fun to be in that movie theater.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to just watch a movie and eat some popcorn, then I would say wait a couple weeks.
Skip it. Yep, absolutely.
They have a warning. Like I didn't. I thought it was just a spokesperson.
What's it say?
There's actually going to be a 30-second warning set to. I guess they're set to clips from the movie that says no talking, no texting, no singing, no wailing, no flirting, and absolutely no name calling. Enjoy the magic of movies.
Really, because
that's so weird.
We're so used to stay off your phone, no texting or talking, but now they're taking it to this other level.
And you wouldn't steal a car, would you?
Right. But then they're like, come see Taylor Swift's Eras Tour live, and everyone can sing and dress up as they want because we're getting your money.
They encouraged that. They did. You're right. They said to people that it was okay to go in there and sing at the top of your lungs. And now you're going to pay for a ticket. You maybe buy the expensive one, $14, $15. You sit down, you're like, all right, I'm going to watch this Wicked thing I've heard so much about. And then you got 3 theater kids next to you, and they're,
you're going to have a lot more than that, I'm sure.
Oh, boy.
That, or you're at Gladiator 2, and you could just hear everyone singing right next door to you.
Yeah, that's true.
You've been glicked.
Yeah, it's just like eating over into
no,
it.
it's glick it, I imagine, then.
Ardennis says singing in the theater is not people having fun. People can't sing at Broadway shows either. That's true. You can't sing at a Broadway show, but
I'm sure people do. It just depends on the show.
So the Cher musical I went to last week, there was a moment where it was, I could tell that it was the ending number. No spoilers, I hope. But it was like, all right, we want you guys to sing. And then everyone's kind of just still. But then I'm moving around. You could see some heads bopping. And it got to the point where the main cast member was like, all right, Orlando, stand up and sing.
That was the same thing at the Tina Turner musical.
Big Wheels Keep on Turning?
At the very end, They
That's the part. Go
That's
ahead.
it, buddy.
Proud Mary in the down rolling.
They break the fourth wall and they just get everybody to stand up, and then like the end of the Broadway show turned into like a little mini concert by the cast.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, but
So
is it
maybe
fun in a
just
movie
like-
theater?
Yeah. If everyone in the theater is with ya in the same
I'm not going to be with
page.
them. I don't even know the lyrics. I'm not going to see this thing in theaters specifically for this reason.
Or maybe
I'm
they
not
can
going.
do one theater for no singing at all. Just enjoy the movie.
But how fuddy-duddy does that sound? This is the no singing version of the Wicked movie.
Well, do they want
All the
people like you to go?
Yeah, all the boring old people go into this one
But
so you
that's what
can
you're
quietly.
saying. You're not going to go because they're going to be singing. So why
I
not
know.
give you a theater for people like you to go watch the movie?
I understand, and I understand the logic of it. What I'm saying is, I don't want a bunch of people singing in the theater around me, kind of distracting me from the movie. But I also, because I'd like to be a pain in the ass on this issue, not want to be like, can I get the no singing version of the movie?
Everybody
Because
shut up.
it sounds so
I'm going to talk
unfun.
about you on my show.
Like get off my lawn kind of moment. Oh boy.
I mean, I'm right there with you mostly because I don't know the songs.
I don't know it. And they're so loud. I remember seeing it in Fort Lauderdale, and the woman who was doing the Broadway on what's it called? Broadway on tour?
Off Broadway?
No, there's like a version of it where they're doing the play, and it's just as good or close to as good as it is if you see it.
It's the touring
New York City.
company.
Yeah, their actual touring company, and the woman who was singing for that production of Wicked. As I was sitting there in these seats my sister had got for me for Christmas at the time, she would hit these notes. I swear to God, you could feel it in your sternum. And this woman had the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my
Is that
life.
something you wanted for Christmas?
I don't know why I got it, actually. I think she was just trying to be
I've been
nice.
doing this all wrong for 11 years if you wanted to go to an off-Broadway show.
I don't know why I got Wicked tickets, but she got them for me. I think she had seen Wicked, and she said, "Oh, you've got to go see this," and she bought me tickets for Christmas,
sweet.
and it was amazing. And that woman had such a glorious voice, but the songs are really, really loud. Now let's all together agree on something here.
What's up?
We're all going to say now is the time
To say goodbye.
that we hit delete on the Hakuna Matata audio, because I know there's a Hakuna Matata audio, and I think we just jettison it. We get
Oh
it
my
out of
God.
here.
I
we
didn't
say
even do it.
it
Did you?
happened in the moment, and we just leave it there, and we never touch it again.
There's much better stuff to pull from what
Yeah,
you
no,
just.
I got a couple minutes to work on something else, but
Can't we ever just do the show together and just hang out with each other?
says the guy who
and
has
just-
the soundboard on the website.
I have a soundboard full of fun clips of the show. Yes,
And that's
yes.
going to be added to it. It's a very fun clip. What did you call it? Hakuna
Makata.
Shut up. It's not real anyways, all right?
Listen, I only really.
It means no.
I know it means no worries, but is it a real language?
But what does Makata mean?
I only took pleasure with Hakuna Makata because you had just refilled your lungs with air from making fun of something that I said stupid. So it was just really poetic justice.
Isn't that just the history of this show? Isn't that? Haven't we been doing that for over a decade? It's
What a mystery phrase.
Oh, good God. So that's what people are saying. Do you plan to sing along during Wicked? There's people who are discussing whether or not this is okay. And Defying Gravity, the big ender. And I'll tell you this. There's not a spoiler alert, I don't think. But they're screwing with you.
Defying
They're screwing
gravity.
with you. They're screwing with you at the Wicked show and with you buying the tickets.
Why?
Technically, this is Wicked Part 1, but they don't want you to know that. They
Why
don't
are
want
you
you to
being
know.
such a fun sucker right now?
I'm just telling
because
people
you
the
can't go
truth.
to the theaters?
It's Wicked Part 1, and there's going to be Wicked Part 2 same time next year.
No,
and they
duh.
don't want to tell you that because they want you to think you're getting the whole Wicked. You're only getting half a Wicked.
They're still going to go, even if they know that they're just getting one Wicked.
It's just a smattering of Wicked is all you're getting, and then you're going to miss
Hakuna
out on the
Matata,
second half.
man.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they said the Defying Gravity song, where the witch starts flying or whatever, is so
Spoiler
powerful that they can't have a scene after that. They must end the movie on that part. That's what they're going for. All right. What do you think? Let us know. Hakuna Matata. All right. We are going to
What
have a no
a
worries.
phrase.
I'll screw up more of the lyrics if I continue. Did I sing it, Hakuna Matata?
Yeah,
Or
you
did I
did.
get it right?
Yeah,
no.
see, we're going to have to find that.
No shot. I think I sang it right because I've
said
got a history with
Hakuna
that song.
Matata.
I'm pretty sure I sang Hakuna Matata.
All right.
But I'm not 100%. We'll go back to the tape
You
on
sang
this.
plenty of things, you know.
What else did I sing?
You just made some. You were telling people not to like belt out. And
Yeah,
so
that's
you made
the one
some
that I have
nice.
grabbed.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let's take a quick break. We'll get back and get to these emails. 2 people responding to the show yesterday, both very interesting. I think an encounter with the police. Some parents are in big trouble, and the sheriff is getting some heat because of how he presented everything. What's going down with that? You'll hear it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Traveling on I-4, there's a lot of congestion before US 27 and after State Road 429. You could expect your regular delays in the Lake Buena Vista area. Watch out for an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound near exit 267. I believe it's blocking some of the ramps from State Road 429 to Florida's Turnpike southbound. There's an accident on Colonial Drive near Good Homes Road causing a bit of commotion. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lenovo.com.
If a Lenovo computer's on your holiday list, go straight to the source, Lenovo.com. Find amazing deals on ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 laptops and get the best PC prices of the season. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Friends, a little tip for you here. If something goes wrong with your air conditioner, you reach out to Mills Air. They are the company that strives to be honest and fair and work with you no matter what kind of air conditioning you have. Because the moment you're sitting somewhere, like me in the studio right now, and you go, I don't think the AC is working, or it gets cold outside, like it's going to be for the next couple of days, and you try to kick on that heater for the first time in a year, things just don't work. You need help. You need Mills Air. You need a company that is family-owned and operated, locally owned and operated, and ready to help you out. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. It's hot, you're tired, the guy in the car in front of you is texting. You want to be mad, but you just finished watching 4 cat videos your wife just sent you. If it makes you feel any better, the guy in the car behind you is mad too. So put down your damn phone. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Don't miss stand-up NBC winner Renee Vaca coming to the Hard Rock Live Orlando Friday, November 22nd.
My dad did a lot of cocaine. That was his problem. Too much cocaine. He would come into my room at night, right before I went to bed, just kick down the door, just... Hey! Go to sleep! I've been confused like you. Go to sleep, Dad. It's been 3 days, man.
Renee Vaca, Hard Rock Live Orlando, November 22nd. Tickets on sale now at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
If a Lenovo computer's on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want, like the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 laptop and Legion Tower 7 Gen 8 gaming desktop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 53% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Hey guys, I'm Kate Max. You might know me from my popular online series, The Running Interview Show, where I run with celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and more. After those runs, the conversations keep going. That's what my podcast, Post Run High, with iHeartRadio is all about. Listen to Post Run High on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Post Run High and start listening.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Words here. I don't want to fence it. I want to tell you exactly what the truth is. And this is a true and simple fact, but your kid is not an angel. All right? I'm sorry. It's just the truth. I have to tell you this because
Disagree.
People think that. I know you think little Jackson, though he's adorable.
There's so many kids with their parents' hands over their ears right now, Sean.
I'm sorry. I just have to be real about this. Your kid is not the little angel that you think he is, because so many parents do this crap. And I'm talking about the story that came out of Volusia County, Florida, with Mike Chitwood, who is a sheriff that gets a lot of coverage. And he was very upset because this family came in and cursed at and attacked one of his officers at a middle school.
Oh, is it?
Did you see
like
this
during
at all?
a parent conference or something?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was an S show.
Yeah, it was really a mess. These parents came in with this idea that my child is an angel, and what's happening here is an injustice against my angelic. Your child's an asshole. I'm sorry. This is just the way it is. Your child might be the most amazing kid at home, but every once in a while they're going to do bad things. I remember one time my friend and I, we got in trouble, and I think we had been involved in no. We had been involved in something where a friend of ours was stealing stuff. Right? We didn't steal it.
Oh, we didn't steal it.
No, I wasn't there nor involved in any way. I didn't even really know what was going on. But a friend of ours got in trouble, and the cops came when we were there. And they opened up the friend's trunk, and there was stolen stuff in there. And the friend got in trouble right in front of all of our parents with the cops.
So this is 1 year older.
This was when I was 19-ish, I think, maybe 20 or so. And I remember my friend's mom coming out, and he was involved in this. And his mom comes out to the group of all of us, and she grabs him by the arm, and she goes to drag him inside. And she goes, I can't let them get you in all this trouble. I can't let them get you in this whole mess here. And I'm going, he is not the angel you think he is. I'm more of an angel in this moment. I didn't have anything to do with this. He actually kind of did. And parents do these things. They run and fence for their kids, and they pretend as if their children are flawless. They're not. I'm sorry. They're just not. These parents went in. They're talking, as Sabrina said, at this parent-teacher conference, and they start to get loud with the police officer who's there. The police officer is, I'll give you the basics of this story. Their son shoved a girl, and the girl got hurt, and the parents were mad that the girl wasn't arrested.
They needed a whole conference for that?
Yes. Their son got a battery charge for shoving and hurting a girl, and they wanted the girl arrested. That's what they wanted. They said, she should have been arrested here. This is a miscarriage of justice. Here's the interaction with Chitwood doing his press conference and sharing some of the footage of this.
Our defendant's son bullied and shoved a little girl. On Tuesday, they want to go and question my deputy on why the little girl that he shoved wasn't arrested for taking her shoe off and trying to hit him after he was shoved.
Now I'm telling you, I'm not going to raise your voice at
All right, this is the father who's at the desk, and he's very heated, and he's mean, and he's aggressive toward this officer.
Okay, yes, I am going to do. Guess what? Because I pay your salary. Okay, what happened to you? Okay, why are you so worthless? Do you feel proud that you are this worthless lady?
All right, so he's saying, do you feel proud that you're worthless? He's shouting at the cop. He's standing up now out of his seat.
What is going to happen? You need to leave. You are a worthless piece of shit.
So, to be clear, the only piece of shit in that video is the mother and father.
What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here?
And let me mention something here. Is it not clear to you watching this that they edited this with the intention of this going viral? Like
he had a press conference to tell everybody about it.
It's framed as he's talking. They have the video on the bottom of the people in the classroom with the police officer. It looks like all you got to do is put some words up on the screen and the actual transcript of what they're saying, the captions, and then push it out there and it goes viral. That's what they did this for, because Chitwood wants to go viral. And it is fine. A lot of people like Chitwood. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of clear that that's what's going on with this press conference.
Our priorities here, man. Like
with this family.
At multiple levels of like, this is how we're acting as adults. But not only are we talking like that amongst each other when it comes to our children, but we are making a press conference about it where everyone's filming on their own accord, and now it becomes, I imagine, national news. This will start. We're here speaking from the home state, but it'll make its rounds by next week without a doubt.
It's getting attention. Yeah, it's already getting attention, and he dropped the S-bomb right at the press conference.
Worthless piece of shit.
To be clear,
the only piece of shit in that video is the mother and father. All right, they're the pieces of shit.
Right
they attacked my deputy. She suffered a concussion, and the caveat to all this: her ass deserves to be fired.
I thought it was just the exchange of words.
No, they went after her physically. The father did.
That's a piece of S move.
Here's what happens afterwards. They start saying you're a piece of S and all of this, and then the police officer stands up, and she's trying to get the father to calm down about his angel kid. And then he comes at her, and he's starting to push at her, and he knocks her.
Not assault, like on a law enforcement officer.
100%. Yeah, they're in trouble for sure. And then this guy, he pushes the officer, and she falls over. And when she falls over, not only does she get a concussion, but the principal of the school had heard the commotion and headed over. And when the officer fell, her taser deployed, and it tased the principal.
Me.
Whoa.
What?
I couldn't plan something like that. It's like a game of mousetrap.
the aristocrats.
Yeah.
And so
it's
the parents,
really tough to sell that your kid is innocent when you act like that and you're willing to attack a police officer.
I mean, it'd be one thing if he had taken off his shoe and tried to do the same thing his daughter did, because that's the chancleta all day, and doesn't hurt as bad as getting knocked over, hitting your head so hard the principal hears it. And then the taser thing is just the universe having fun, right?
You got to be in control more than this as a parent. You're a parent. Don't be in there screaming and cursing and attacking a police officer. It's ridiculous.
I did not realize, and I guess I just didn't hear the first part of the introduction, that he actually physically assaulted her.
Yeah. It says,
POS, I agree.
video shows the parents cursing at this deputy, calling her derogatory names, and the deputy falling to the ground after she was punched in the face. Do you feel proud that you're this worthless? Shut the F up because I paid your salary, you dumb bitch. Wow. Shitwood watched the video was furious when he spoke to TV outlets on Wednesday. He said the father, Rivera, ripped the taser out of the deputy's hand. The deputy got back up, pointed a gun at Rivera and the wife, and got the situation under control. And you hear Chitwood's response.
A VPK teacher, I am not going to have pieces of shit like that come in and attack a deputy who's doing their job and not expect that you're going to be held accountable for that. So to say that I'm furious is beyond. There's no reason I got a deputy home with a concussion for something so goddamn trivial.
Oh, man, he is heated about this.
I don't know, we needed a press conference for it.
There you go. What do you think? Let us know. Do you like it? Do you think it's overkill? Let us know what you think with what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Still got to get into these emails. We also have some people who have actually left the United States after the election.
Oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
That's coming up in the next episode. We got that on the way.
Just say it. It's fine.
Oh, we've got our friends Tom and Dan. They're going to be joining us for the final hour of
That's what
the
happened
show
in the next
today.
episode, too, dude.
We'll have to double up on that one. And,
and
Jesse,
an update on how my stuffing's going at the big holiday party for the company.
Okay, all right. I'm ready to hear that, too.
I'm
okay,
scared.
we got all that and a whole bunch more, including Jesse Smollett back in the news. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. He thinks golf is working out.
I never said that.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Thursday. And for today, we are going to be expecting plenty of sunshine, but temperatures will be much cooler. A high of 68 degrees today in Orlando. For tonight, we expect clear skies to continue with temperatures dipping down into the mid-40s overnight. So be sure to grab the jacket for tomorrow. These cool temperatures stick around through at least the first half of the weekend, with highs staying in the mid-60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The great American race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
Don Jr. here, guys. Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Don't speak to them on your own. They are not your friends. To reach a team of licensed tax professionals that can help you reduce, settle, and resolve your tax matters, go to TNUSA.com and check them out.
Solve your tax problems today. Call 1-800-780-8888 or visit TNUSA.com. That's 1-800-780-8888.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to celebrate the holidays, all for $15 and under. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's
Christmas station.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at RealRadio1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Join us with what we call a dispatch. That's where you record your messages, whether audio or video, and you send it to us on the newsjunkie.com right now. We'll get into some of those in just a bit. First, I want to talk about something here, and I want to start with a question. C-Lane, you have a lovely 99th percentile, very big baby in Jackson.
Yes.
Who he is now 1 year old and
baby.
ready to take on the world. But from parenting perspective, I want to ask you a question here.
Very lazy.
Does Jackson watch Coco Melon?
He has seen Coco Melon.
Uh-huh.
I think Ashley's put it on for him once in a while because Coco Melon's on Netflix, right?
I don't know. I only know a little tiny bit about it, and what I know is insane. Okay? It's insane to me. Coco Melon is very, very popular. If you're not aware, if you don't have a little kid, you probably don't know about this. And it's a show that is made specifically for babies, for very little kids. And do the episodes that you've seen even have a plot, or is it just like random stuff moving around?
I haven't watched enough Coco Melon. When he was first born, we watched a different thing that was it was for newborns, and it was high contrast.
Okay.
Things. So it'd be mostly black screen with like really bright
I saw this.
fruit dancing around.
Okay.
And
It's like an adult watching something when they're on acid. But apparently it's really great for children. And it's Ross Paget was just showing me when we were working together a couple weeks ago, his baby watching on TV, and it was just black balls rolling on the screen and then some little explosions, but just black and white.
But for kids, it grabs their attention, right? And this is the part that's insane to me.
I think Coco Melon does have plots, though.
Okay.
And they have characters.
The kids, the little teeny babies, are now getting addicted to this stuff from the jump. I mean, from like 6 months or 8 months old.
We're definitely going to have to deal with my child's television addiction at some point.
Yes. Look, you can't get away from it anymore. Coco Melon is a drug specifically made for kids, for babies. And I'll tell you why I think that in a second. But one of the things I saw was this collection of videos where parents would just secretly hit the play button on Coco Melon, and their kids would hear it from across the house and come running the 500 miles an hour.
That's like Miss Rachel, man.
It's the drug. It's like a drug. Here it is, ready? Oh, that baby was asleep and whipped up when it heard the intro. Right, here goes the intro. The baby's in like a roller thing, and it rolls around the corner when it hears the intro fire up to this Coco Melon.
What's that phrase, the scientific experiment where
Pavlov's dog?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, but children. Pavlov's child.
There's a little bit of a drug-like reaction going on here where these kids are addicted to this show.
I'm pretty sure that Jackson knows the sound that plays when the Disney Plus app starts.
Mm-hmm.
Because
like that little fire-up noise?
Yeah, because he knows that we are less than a minute away from another Mickey Mouse's Mixed Up Adventure.
Yes.
Ooh, is that what you're a fan of?
That's why all these little sounds and stuff exist. That's why they do this, because it works. These kids are addicted. Here's another one. Kids around the corner, they hit play on Coco Melon. Kid swings. He's ready to watch some Coco Melon, all right? He's ready to go. They do this over and over. Baby's in the next room. Coco Melon.
Coco Melon.
full speed for the screen.
But then
All right.
they just stand there and watch it or sit there and watch it, or are they interacting at all? Like, is this helping the baby's brain, or are we going to see some long-term effects?
I don't know. I'm no scientist, but I know that the company behind this works on some crazy stuff to get your baby addicted. And that's why I wanted to bring this to you today. Listen to this, all right? This is from a story about how Coco Melon works. It says, it's Audience Research Day at Moonbug Entertainment, the London company that produces 29 of the most popular online kids shows in the world, found on more than 150 platforms in 32 languages, and with 7.8 billion views on YouTube in March alone. Once a month, children are brought here, one at a time, and shown a handful of episodes to figure out exactly which parts of the show are engaging and which are tuned out. For anyone older than 2 years old, the team deploys a whimsically named tool, the Distractatron. Okay, here's what this is. It's a small TV screen that's placed a few feet away from the larger one. It plays a continuous loop of banal, real-world scenes. A guy pouring a cup of coffee.
Banal.
A guy pouring a cup of coffee, somebody getting a haircut, each lasting about 20 seconds. Whenever a youngster looks away from the Moonbug show to glimpse at the Distractatron, a note is jotted down.
Wow.
They have these little kids staring at their Coco Melon show, and if they look away at the distraction TV, they go,
what did we do wrong?
Yeah, not good. The kid looked away for 1 second. We can't do that. We must fix that part of this show. And that is crazy to me.
But is it educational?
I don't know if Coco Melon is. Some of those shows are. I don't know if most of them are. I don't know if you could say that.
Is it helping with development? Because as of right now, just the sound is getting kids to stop what they're doing and run over.
It's getting them to run across the room.
Telling. But I remember, like, when I was a kid, at least, that it didn't matter what. I wasn't looking for new episodes of anything. Like, I could play the same video over and over and over and over and over again, and I was just as much engaged. Here we are with a company all over the country. I'm sorry, all over the world and several different languages. Do they even need to put out this new content? I mean, babies are just engaged with the one thing.
They want more views, so they put new stuff up, so the parents go, new Coco Melon, let's get it on for the babies.
So weird.
Known Badger on Twitch says,
let's get it on for the babies.
Essentially, from my understanding, it's Instagram for babies, but in episode form. Yes, it is in a way the algorithm. And now the algorithm is cradle to grave. Everything that you see is being formulated in such a way that it is never meant to lose your attention, even if for just a moment or two. You are to be glued to the screen
so
and
Coco
sucked
Melon
in.
is like, running out of time. Be sure to like and subscribe for part 2.
Yeah, kind of. They do this stuff. And you know why parents love it? And this is no knock on C-Lane or any of you parents who ever put Coco Melon in front of your kids. Because it's nice, because the kids like it. And you have to watch that kid.
Like it is the word, Sean.
Well, they're entertained by it. They're distracted by it. They're sucked into it is what happens here. And you have to watch that kid for 24 hours a day.
The whole point of the Distractatron is to get rid of the things that they don't like.
It's so insane to me. What do you think? Parents, give us your experiences with this or other shows.
I mean, they've done similar research, I think. Like, it wasn't Sesame Street kind of modeled around a child having maybe like a 4-minute attention span. So then they kind of segmented the show to where they were like, all right, we can do learning things for 4 minutes. And once we think the child's attention span is running out of gas, then we go to something fun like a song.
Sure. But this is something different, is it not?
Well, that's interesting. But do you think now if you put on the count 1, 2, is that going to hold a baby's attention when it's used to Coco Melon that's tuned in?
Maybe. It's probably different.
I don't know what Sesame Street you watch, Sean, but...
What? What? I
don't think the count was doing that.
The count did exactly. Yeah.
Not the way his head was bobbing.
I was embracing the character a little bit and trying to make it more...
The microphone says thank you.
Oh, no. Did I bob on the microphone? Don't gift that, please. Stay away.
Sabrina Carpenter here.
Let me get away from this now.
I don't
we
like
want to
that
hear
we
from
share
you.
that name.
Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we have to get to these emails. They're interesting emails that I want to get to. We have to get to the Jussie Smollett stuff. We've just loaded up. I can't believe he's back in the news today. We will talk about that in a little bit here on the show. We got the next episode on the way and a whole lot more coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's time for an epic showdown. The Orlando Pride are set to battle the Washington Spirit this Saturday for the 2024 NWSL Championship. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Watch out for an accident blocking the right lane on State Road 408 westbound at I-4. There's an accident causing a bit of commotion at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets State Road 429. I believe multiple lanes are blocked heading southbound, and the ramps from State Road 429 to Florida's Turnpike southbound are being affected as well. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lenovo.com. If a Lenovo computer's on your holiday list, go straight to the source, Lenovo.com. Find amazing deals on ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 laptops and get the best PC prices of the season. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is The Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone guarantees the best live comedy experience, welcoming the top touring talent to our stage. This week, The Funny Bone welcomes Schuler King from November 22nd to November 24th. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and full bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
Black Friday is coming, and there's something for the adults who love the coolest toys, too. Bartesian is the premier cocktail maker that makes over 60 cocktails. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more, all in just 30 seconds. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Shake your phone and save $100 through Cyber Monday. Yes, you heard me correctly. Pick up your phone and shake it for $100 off.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
Ones are ready to go, and yours could be next. Maybe even a video dispatch to bring you into the action on the show. Where do you leave yours? It's over at thenewsjunkie.com. We were talking yesterday about Thanksgiving and how I was super confused that when you go to the store, there's all these different types of turkeys that all seem like the same turkey, and they just try to give the turkey a different branding and charge you so much more for it that it's insane. And there's a $7 turkey and a $17 turkey and a $42 turkey. And it gets worse because we got an email coming in from Britt to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hi, News Junkies. My wife is doing something different this year for our turkey. She buys our meat and poultry from a couple of farms in the Indiantown, Florida area. We live on the Treasure Coast. I guess they have turkeys, too. She bought a pasture-raised turkey, a live turkey.
What?
I didn't even know you could do that. Like, they picked out a real life. There's the turkey on the farm hanging out.
Brought it home to murder?
Well, it says once we are ready, they harvest it and process it for us. Then we pick up,
that's a good word.
For massacre. Then we pick up the fresh turkey from their farm, wrapped and ready to be cooked. Our turkey will be between 18 and 20 pounds once processed. All for what price do you think, Sabrina and C-Lane? For the cost of picking out, I want
How
that
long
turkey.
ago was this done?
This
You said a month?
They just picked it at some point in time before Thanksgiving.
Oh, gosh. And it was all ready to go. I mean, obviously not the week of picked up. $52.
$52.
It just seems like a hipster thing. Like
How many pounds did you say it would be
18.
eventually?
18 to 20 pounds. And if you remember, the turkeys I was talking about were around that, and they were either $7 for the cheap one, 17 or 42. And this one, you pick out the turkey, they get it all ready for you, and then you pick it up ready to go. What do you think, C-Lane?
$70.
$70. He says, all for the reasonable price of $225.
Oh, my gosh.
Which is quite a bit of money for a turkey. I'll be leaving the cooking.
Look in the face of the turkey that you're about to eat. No, thank you.
Yeah. That's $12 a pound. Meanwhile, I think Winn-Dixie has them for 49 cents a
And
pound
that's
right now.
without brining, right?
This is the turkey, fresh, farm wrapped, whatever that means, and ready to be cooked, they said. But $225, that's one thing, right? The other thing is that if you brought your kid along on this journey, your kid would be mortified.
Yeah, that's a lifetime of trauma. Which,
your kid doesn't
can you put
want
a price on that?
The kid doesn't want to go, that turkey is the one we're going to kill.
so
and then we're
cute.
eat. Yeah, no. That would not be a good experience, I don't think.
My friend Tony,
I
who's
like things, dude.
Cuban, big Cuban family, and they would have these pig roasts all the time where, like, you're harvesting the meat out of what looks like a pig with very crispy skin and stuff. Like, you've seen these before. If you're lucky, you've been to one because the meat is delicious if they do it right.
Yeah, the Christmas tradition, as far as the extended family from Venezuela, was the pig with the apple in the mouth and the roasting.
Was it a Christmas thing or a Christmas Eve thing?
The last one I went to was during the day because it took so long and everyone was kind of
right. So
it's a whole affair to
it's
do
a wedding
this.
thing too for Spanish families.
It's a whole day thing too. Like my friend would get up at like 7 a.m. to put this thing on the roaster and crack his first beer. but he was also in charge of going to the farm and picking out the pig, and he took his little sister with him once, and he said, "We want that one," and they just strung it up and slit its throat.
Wait, this is how our food is made? It's that shocking moment when you realize all of the things you've eaten in your life have been treated this exact way. Hang on, you do what to the cow? No. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, anonymous emails about Thanksgiving. So sharing the show backfired because now I can't vent about the argument that will happen at my Thanksgiving because they'll definitely hear about it, LOL. I'll try to be vague. I have a family member. One of them is a Democrat. We're talking hashtag vote blue, blue wave, all of that stuff. Other people are more quiet about it, but I'm pretty sure they voted for Trump. I'm an independent, but I usually align with centrist, slightly left stuff. To be honest, the entire system just needs to be thrown out, in my opinion. Voting strictly for your side or your team and making it a personality is bizarre. I'll keep you posted on how it all goes down. Have a great day. Enjoy your holiday, says Anonymous. There's a lot of grenades being tossed around or set to be tossed around. Thanksgiving tables all over the place.
But I think if you want to avoid uncomfortableness, if you have a mixed family and you think this could be a thing, I'm having Thanksgiving at my house.
Mm-hmm.
If you happen to have some campaign signs outside, election's over.
Yeah,
it might be time to get rid of some of these, especially if you're on the losing end.
That's very true.
I drove by, and it made me laugh today because I was on my way to work, and I driving through a neighborhood where somebody had a sign that said, "Harris Walls, we're not going back." And I went,
oh, bad news.
News flash. We're going back.
Amy on YouTube says, Wasson, kids grow up on farms. They raise cattle, they raise chickens, and then they eat them. It's not a new concept.
Yeah, but it's a new concept for people that were not raised on farms.
Which is, I don't know, what percentage of kids are not raised on farms? 98% of them? 99% of them?
Yeah.
Eric says Biden should say F it this year and don't pardon the turkey, which would be pretty funny, actually, if he did that.
And break his neck live on television?
Zach on YouTube says, shouldn't kids know where food comes from? I think that's fair, and I think there's a lesson in there, but I also think that kids at a young age might not fully get that. They probably have different ideas of where their food comes from and how the animals are treated. But to your point, should they know the truth of all of this? You might have a lot more kids growing up vegetarian and vegan.
I mean, we all know the truth, and I think that we could still avoid seeing something slaughtered in front of us, unless it comes to surviving.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Vermont. We used to go back there all the time. I've seen the slaughterhouse. I toured a slaughterhouse. I don't know why my dad.
When you were 6, do you remember that?
No. We went back every other summer or every summer when I was younger. And
that's where they took you.
Yeah, my uncle lived next to one of these places, and he goes, "Oh, you got to see it. We got to tour this spot." And I go, "Okay." And we went over there, and they're like, "These are the cows, and here's what we do to the cows."
All right. Some people pick like a museum.
No,
carnival.
Slaughterhouse.
Isn't there a Ben and Jerry's factory to visit over there?
There is. Yeah. We didn't go to that one. Actually, I think we did one year, but. We went to the slaughterhouse, and my dad's like, "Yeah, this is how it is all done." I was maybe 10 or 11 years old, and I just kind of shrugged it off as my food doesn't come from this.
America's a whore.
My food comes from a farm where the cow dies of old age very sweetly, and then they just very carefully chop them up, and nobody feels any kind of pain. Let's go to you. Let's see what you're thinking about today. We take your dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com, and we play them back for you like this one. Here's the drunken mailman talking about city kids.
Hey, News Junkies. Happy Thursday the weekend.
Yeah.
Friday,
hey, this is a city kid thing that they would be mortified by having to eat the turkey that they got to eat meats when the turkey was live. Because these country kids, man, these 4-H kids, 4F kids, whatever they are, I mean, they raise pigs and hogs and everything. And they treat them like family and like pets. And then as soon as the county fair is over, they send them off to the slaughterhouse to take the bullet gun to the head, the nail gun to the head.
The bullet gun.
Wiggle, wiggle.
You're talking about an edge case, man. People always do this. You go, kids don't know where their food comes from. kids, and you're like generally speaking about something, don't understand the process of the animals being slaughtered, et cetera, et cetera. Well, there was one kid I knew who grew up on a farm, and he was actually in charge of slaughtering the animals.
Yeah, so that means all of them should. I was very aware of where things came from, but it wasn't until my very first Warped Tour that I was handed a DVD that said banned videos.
They did that. Yeah.
That I played it, and it was like, hey, guys, we're Census Fail, and we are against animal slaughtering. Here's all the footage.
Yeah.
And I was up for 2 hours seeing what it was. Like,
you watched the whole thing?
I couldn't stop, man. I was hysterically crying. I was like, I'm vegan now. I told my parents, I'm vegan now. I'm not eating any more meat. Goodbye.
Okay, I make lamb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it lasted all of 2 weeks. I had to go work somewhere that I either had peanut butter and jelly all day, or I would just eat like everybody else. But it was a sight to see. And I don't know if all of the kids are meant to do that unless that's going to be your lifestyle when you get older.
This is like saying kids should have guns. Every kid should have a gun.
Well, I mean, I shot a gun early.
And I go, well, hang on. I don't know if every kid should have a gun. I know a kid who grew up on a farm, and he had a 410 when he was 11 years old. And this kid knows how to be responsible around. Yeah, but does that little jackass kid that lives next door to you that's like a local Dennis the Menace need a gun too?
Listen, I thought I shot a gun pretty early, too. I thought, look at me growing up, shooting a gun pretty early. And now I look back at that and go, BB guns don't count, loser.
Yeah.
Mine was a 22.
Oh.
And I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, but is that good for every kid?
No.
There's a lot of kids who are that age where you go, I don't know.
I just watched a documentary about these kids in Colombia, and I don't know if it's a story we covered, but it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Plane crash, and all the adults die, and there are 4 children, ranging in ages from 11 months old to 13 years old.
We talked about that. Yep, we did.
Okay, we did. So have you seen the documentary? They just released it.
I have not. No, these are the kids who lived for quite a long time.
A month, 40 days or something like that. Yeah. And it was insane to watch. I mean, a lot of it covers like the search process and how the military and the natives came together, even though they hated each other in the past. But when they finally got the interview with the oldest, the 13-year-old, they survived on the fruits of the jungle that their mom had taught them was okay to eat.
Those kids are built different. They are not like your kids.
I would have ate the wrong thing immediately.
Oh, for sure. But maybe that's something worth going over versus handing your kid a gun.
No, we don't teach our kids all the survival stuff in the United States of America because we're too cushy. We don't have to deal with these things. And those kids are survivors.
Insane.
Here's Don Juan Cherry Tempo with a dispatch for us. Hello?
Well, my mama said that Coco Melon's the devil. No, but honestly, you shouldn't let your kids watch Coco Melon. No judgment against you. It was just designed by a psychologist to be like a hookworm in your brain. Well, anyways, wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Everything is, though. It's all designed to get you transfixed. All of it. All the stuff that you watch. If you had TV, radio, podcasts, all these different things, less podcasts than radio, and movies and YouTube videos, that the algorithm wasn't a thing, the ratings weren't a thing, no one cared about any of that stuff, it would all be made very differently. It's now designed more so than to create art or create great content, stuff that means something. It's designed to create stuff that constantly keeps your attention, so you're never looking away from whatever it is they're trying to get you to focus on.
Oh my gosh. That being said, I've got an insane story for you guys later.
Okay.
It's probably the most wild thing I've ever experienced, and the amount of nudity involved is something I can't even say on the radio.
Oh, this is a TV show or?
No, a personal story, but I can't tell you until another segment.
Oh, okay. All right. Coming up in the next episode, I would assume.
You just explained the teasers, so let's just keep them engaged, shall we?
I we gotta
Hakuna Matata.
We got to take a quick break. I said Hakuna Matata. You know I said Hakuna Matata. None of this nonsense about Hakuna Matata. When I
back
said
to
it,
the tape, please.
the second time when I said it, I said Hakuna Matata. But when I sang it, I think you guys are really
Hakuna Matata.
You guys are really gaslighting me right now. Now I'm thinking that I
Doesn't feel
sang
good, does
Hakuna
it, Sean?
Matata. I don't do that to anybody else on this show, okay? I am a good and righteous person, and I don't do these terrible things. Hey. What's going on with your stuffing right now? What's happening?
When I went in, it didn't seem like a lot of people had tried it.
Oh, no. It's just sitting out there?
But there was also 4 other stuffings around it.
Oh, it's a lot of stuffing.
There's a lot of food. Now,
I
will say, Cheryl was nice enough to heat it up again.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabbed the reins on that because when I dropped it off, it was ice cold.
Oh, so it's heated up now. It's good to go. I assume C-Lane is having your stuffing then? I would assume that's what he's munching.
I grabbed one that said spicy stuffing. Is yours spicy? Oh, then I'll have to go back then. Guess I'll have to go back and get more food.
I also I didn't know we were doing labels with their names on it and who made it.
Yeah. That makes it more awkward. It absolutely does. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get geared up for that next episode and all the things that I can't talk about before it, including the story that I'm doing next, the story after that, and this. I'm taking them all in the next segment.
In that case, I do have to have the nude story.
We'll talk about a mysterious orb that was spotted over New York. What's happening here? Are the aliens real? Is it finally going down? I want to believe.
Sound?
It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
And I'm driving her nuts, so I got to stop.
But doesn't she just love grabbing onto your fatty areas?
Damn, Daisy. I thought you were my buddy.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities and emergency crews have moved that accident off to the shoulder now on Florida's Turnpike southbound near exit 267. There's a couple of earlier accidents to keep an eye out for on Colonial Drive westbound at Good Homes Road. The right lane is partially blocked on State Road 408 westbound at I-4. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Byrne.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
That mortgage guy, Don, offers home equity lines of credit. That's HELOCs, and it's a way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2, 3, or 4% rate on the first mortgage. And unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy Don has HELOC options as low as a 640 credit score. So start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. And get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the vote. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
You know where Gator Nation goes for fine jewelry and engagement rings? Only one place, International Diamond Center. IDC is the premier jeweler, the only jeweler ever to be named official jeweler of the Gators. It's a Florida family-owned company with an impeccable reputation for quality, value, and integrity. Did you know that IDC is one of only a handful of jewelers around the country that refuses to sell lab-grown diamonds? At IDC, they only sell real, rare, precious, and natural diamonds made by Mother Earth, and they stand behind them with an amazing 110% upgrade guarantee, so you can trade your diamond in later on and get more than what you paid for it when you upgrade to a larger stone. Who else does this? If you're getting engaged or celebrating a special occasion, let the non-commissioned experts at International Diamond Center guide you every step of the way. You will get the value you want, the quality you can have confidence in, and the expertise you deserve. Get all the details at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, official jeweler of the Gators.
If you're thinking about getting a Lenovo gaming computer, go straight to the source, Lenovo.com. Why? Because that's where you'll find the biggest savings on great gear, like the Legion Pro 5 gaming laptop and Legion Tower 7 Gen 8 gaming desktop. The best price on a Lenovo is at Lenovo.com with PCs up to 53% off. So go directly to the source and save big this holiday. Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hey, sweetie, I got you.
iPhone 13?
Yeah, it's from Total Wireless. Ooh, and what's cool, it has...
Super fast 5G and the awesome dual camera system. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I
love you, Dad. Best dad ever.
Get iPhone 13 for just $99 when you switch and buy 2 months of the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. But you better hurry. They'll go faster than you can say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.
Total Wireless. We're totally with you. Limited time offer while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Available exclusively in Total Wireless stores. 5G access requires a 5G-capable device and a 5G service area.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
The Big Bang Theory, tonight at 7, only on CW18.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
And also a mysterious orb over New York City. That all coming up in just a moment on the show. Also, we'll figure out what's coming up next on the next episode.
Great
Real
question.
quick, tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Lumpy B emails the show.
Can't say beaver anymore?
Although it didn't say beaver, but I guess I can assume it's Lumpy Beaver. It just says Lumpy B. Sean, okay, here we go. I'm on my soapbox again. And he's talking about the Chitwood story where he was very angry at these parents who cursed out a deputy and then attacked the deputy over a punishment of their child. And I talked about how this is a wider example of how many bad parents just think their kids are angels and they don't discipline their kids enough. And he says, in cases like the Volusia County parent attack, any attack on the teacher while back, oh my God, this is all over the place. I believe we started the decline as a society into this behavior when we took corporal punishment out of schools and took all references to religion, prayer, or spirituality out of schools.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's Lumpy Baptist.
As you've also mentioned recently, people are not going to church and they don't have time for God, Allah, or spirituality. As a Christian person, I'm certainly not an old fuddy-duddy. However, I do believe that spirituality, in whatever form it takes in one's life, is a key concept to controlling one's emotion and temper. When you leave this out of the equation, you're solely focusing on yourself. What is personally good for your gain, or what or whom you personally think will think that you've been offended. This is so hard to read. Lumpy B, I'm sorry, buddy. It's like another language I'm trying to translate in real time here.
Great point, though, for sure.
Makes it super awkward, and I hate to do that to you, but here we are. All right, let's get over to another one. Harley says, Coco Melon, we talked about how the show is so tuned into these little kids that it's like a drug for them, can be overstimulating because of its bright colors and fast-paced scenes, which might make it harder for kids to focus on other things. Miss Rachel is where it's at, says Harley, and she is a shout out to Miss Rachel over on YouTube.
One of my neighbors was Miss Rachel for Halloween, which honestly seems like a very comfortable, easy costume for a woman.
Sure.
Maybe even for a man, but
that'd be weird.
Then I asked her, I was like, do your best impression. She's like, absolutely not. I got nothing.
I did it for my friend's kid's first birthday party.
Does Miss Rachel have taglines or anything that you can copy?
No, I spent the entire car ride just listening.
Good job,
Mama. I don't know. Like it's hi, hello.
Yeah, it's the voice people use.
I would say, like, for their 1-year-old who was not very familiar with me, out of the Miss Rachel costume, when I walked in that place, he was overjoyed.
Really? Like a rock star.
Mouth.
And he was like, oh my God, she's here. And then this older kid was like, that's not Miss Rachel.
The older kids always ruin
out
it.
of the party, you fun sucker.
The older kids are like, I know Miss Rachel, and that ain't no Miss Rachel. I know what I'm looking at here. And I don't know what I'm looking at here because it claims that there was a UFO in New York City.
New York City?
There was an orb flying over, I guess, the Hudson. It was captured by a news chopper that was nearby. And let's see if I'm convinced here. Okay, we're just cruising. Just
daylight. Huh?
Going. There. Something that flew by there real quick. It's like a white dot, folks, that flies by, and I don't know what that was.
It's like a bird.
That's not a bird. That's going way too fast to be a bird. I don't know what that is. I got to be honest.
I mean, look at the size of the boats. As far as the scale, that seems like a pretty big object.
Something is there. I don't know what it is.
You can't tell what the altitude of it is, though.
Well,
I can't tell how big that
than
is.
The ocean.
I'll let the experts take a look.
Step one.
It's higher than the ocean.
Well, we know some things about it. We know it's higher than the ocean.
Do that wiggle thing with the mouse again, just so we
Right
can
here?
double check and do some comparing.
I can't do it that easily. There we go. Right there.
See, it's smaller than the mouse when Sean wiggles it.
There we go. It's bigger than the boat that we have there. I'll put this up on See It Now so you experts can take a look and tell us what it is that we're looking at on the website. I didn't think Jussie Smollett would come up. I did not think he would be on the show today, but he is. The guy that pretended to be attacked by some hateful people in Chicago and told the most outlandish story ever. He eventually went and got like a little tiny noose and tied it around his neck to amp up his story a little bit more, and then has habitually lied since then. Still has not admitted that this whole thing was a hoax. Well, he got a win. Jussie Smollett, his conviction in the hate crime attack hoax was overturned by an Illinois Supreme Court.
Why?
Here's what they're saying over at NBC. The conviction against actor Jussie Smollett for falsely reporting a hate crime to police in 2019 has been overturned by the Illinois Supreme Court over prosecutorial issues. Smollett's case was reviewed by the high state court, which ruled Thursday that the former Empire actor should not have been charged after he entered a non-prosecution agreement with the Cook County State Attorney's Office.
Well, that's right.
If you don't know how this works, there was a woman who was running the Cook County State Attorney's Office. She was the Attorney General. And she was familiar with Jussie Smollett. And there was some improper communication between the two. And they set up a sweetheart deal, just a really good deal for Jussie Smollett. And he signed the deal, which would not have him admit guilt and not have a whole bunch of other things happen to him. He wouldn't get in trouble, et cetera, et cetera. Then somebody else came in and said, this is absolutely inappropriate. We're tossing this deal. The state Supreme Court is saying that once he entered that non-prosecution agreement with the Cook County State Attorney's Office, they should have stuck to that. He was sentenced in 2022 to 150 days in jail and 30 months probation. You know what's brutal? Oh, I know where this is going now.
He's going to sue?
He's going to sue. He's going to sue for the time he spent behind bars, and then they're going to have to pay him, and he's going to go, look, they paid me. I'm the victim in this story. Don't let him fool you. He still made it all up. It was a total lie. They have everybody who was in on it admitting to all of this, and Jussie Smollett gets a rare W for today, at least. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and fire off your first dispatch right now. Let's go over to Josh, who's talking about some of these kids that are out there seeing different things in terms of their life. Like, do they know how animals are prepared before it gets to their plate? Here's Josh.
Hey, News Junkies. Sean, see you, Lane, beautiful Sabrina.
Josh.
Oh, I get Sean, you keep talking about kids growing up on farms and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot. I didn't grow up on a farm, but there's a whole bunch of kids when they hit the age of 12 that go to a hunter safety course.
Hunter safety course.
About hunting.
Yeah, these are kids who don't live anywhere near any population centers, Josh. I'm talking about the majority of kids who just have a totally different experience. Here's Jay Ryan with a dispatch.
Hey, Junkies. Caught up with the podcast this morning. Thursdays, I actually get to listen live. And so gross doctors, not me, but my mom back in the day went to a dentist. And it was an older guy that was a dentist. And he comes in, he washes his hands, and then he kind of like puts, checks things out, but he's not wearing gloves. But my mom was like, oh, well, he washed his hands as soon as he got here. This is still kind of like the 90s. So it's that cusp of like old school doctors kind of, doing their thing. And he then pauses, wipes his nose from like the tip of his finger to his wrist, like going like across your hand, and then goes to stick his hands back in my mom's mouth. And that's when she was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And it was, she never went back to him, but yeah, he totally just wiped his nose with his hand and then went to put his hand back in her mouth. Anyways, yeah, gross doctors out there. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, I'd put a stop to that immediately too. I do not blame your mom for that. There is some news just coming in, not a big surprise to really anybody, but breaking. Matt Gaetz has withdrawn his name for nomination as U.S. Attorney General.
Whoa, wait a second.
He did it himself.
Yep, he's withdrawn his name for nomination. So it's almost like, as we discussed on the show, this was an off-ramp for Matt Gaetz. What happened here? Let's go back over this. So Trump says, I would like to nominate the guy who supports me all the time, Matt Gaetz, to be the attorney general. People respond by saying, what? He's not qualified. Everybody hates him. Blah, blah. Matt Gaetz was about to have a report drop on him. Then, because he was no longer a sitting congressman, they abandoned that investigation. And then they had a meeting about whether or not the report would drop. And they said, no, we're not going to be releasing this. And now the other shoe drops.
Split. I thought they couldn't determine.
No, they voted along party lines, but the Republicans controlled where this went. And they said, we're not going to release the report on Matt Gaetz. And now that the report's not going to be released and that's not going to come out, he's withdrawn his name for nomination as U.S. Attorney General. So
I don't get the motivation there. He should be withdrawing if the report was released.
Maybe they made a deal. We won't really.
Yeah. Like, this was the journey. The journey was, here's what we're going to do. We're going to nominate you. Everybody's going to freak out about you as Attorney General. And then we're going to put up somebody else and they go, okay, that's not quite as bad. And then your off-ramp for being a supporter for all these years is this report won't come out about you. You could say that it was big government apparatus that shut you down. And then you can go get a job on, wherever to talk about this stuff. That's what I would see happening next year. But yeah, he's now officially withdrawn his name for nomination as U.S. Attorney General. We'll keep an eye on that story and everything else surrounding it. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. What is coming up on the next episode?
Oh, Sean, I can't wait to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Nicole Kidman has a new movie coming out, and to promote it, we have headlines with crying, gasping, and, quote, too many orgasms. And I'll explain all three. Zach Bryan back in the news for taking his douchebaggery to a new level, only to get thrown under the bus harder than some chicken fry. Plus, a celebrity actually left the country post-Trump. I'm sorry?
Nothing.
What? What?
Wait, what?
Prozac?
No, wrong, Zach.
What'd I say?
The chicken fried thing.
No, they call her the ex-girlfriend Chicken Fry.
Yeah, her last name is Chicken Fry.
Her last name is Chicken Fry?
Thanks so much for that. And the country might be voting DJ. I forget it. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that got awkward.
Yeah, it did.
Coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we're going to be expecting a beautiful day, but cooler temperature-wise. High temperatures today will climb into the upper 60s and low 70s for a few spots, a high of 68 degrees in Orlando. For tonight, we definitely turn a lot more brisk with lows dipping down into the 40s. We'll expect more of the same for Saturday and Sunday mornings with highs through Saturday in the mid-60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds. All
All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts, for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
in the world of entertainment and beyond. And we appreciate you hanging out with us here on a lovely Thursday. We got our friends Tom and Dan, I think, at the final hour of the show will be joining us. They got some stuff coming up. Always fun hanging out with them, so I look forward to that. And otherwise, you can join us with your feedback. What do you think about what's going on in the show? Always hit us up at thenewsjunkie.com with your dispatches. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
So how's everybody feel about abortion?
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com to get the process started. What process, you ask? Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgage. How about HELOCs and expanding your business, small business administration loans, and everything in between. The best part is that he's looking out for you. He's treating you like a friend because he is your friend and he's taking care of your family. And that can include your puppies and your cats. It doesn't matter who it is, just know that you're working with the man, the legend, That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was 44 years ago in 1980. This guy right here.
Don McLean.
Oh, yep.
I grabbed the wrong audio.
Okay. Well, tell us about some that Don McLean did just because.
Well, he loved himself.
The
America.
Weird Al version of his own song.
He did, and he gave his blessing for that. And I imagine that Don McLean would not like Don Henley.
Oh, from the Eagles. Yeah.
Because it was on this day that Don Henley, not Don McLean, but Don Henley, in 1980, was arrested in L.A. after paramedics treated a nude 16-year-old suffering from a drug intoxication at his home.
Oh, okay.
Whoopsie. Henley later pled no contest to contributing to the delinquency of a minor and went into a drug diversion program to avoid felony drug charges for unlawful possession of, wait for it, marijuana, cocaine, and Quaaludes.
Old school.
What a classic drug Quaaludes are.
It is. And what a way to get with having a naked 16-year-old unconscious in your apartment to live on to do a long tour.
You think you could get your hands on some lewds these days, like if you really tried?
Just breeze right over that. I believe Quaaludes are
I thought
still
you were
around.
going to say, do you think you could get your hands on a naked 16-year-old? I really thought you were going in that
guess you
direction.
can ask Don. Henley.
Henley, yep.
God, I can't believe I almost got Don McLean all up in that. It turns out...
technically you did get Don McLean all up in that.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out that Dave Portnoy, I'm glad we're moving on from the Don names, he actually isn't done talking about Zach Bryan just yet. So to catch everybody up, Zach Bryan was it engaged or just long-term relationship with Brianna Chicken Fry?
I'm a little
Stupid
disconnected, but it seems as if they were together in a serious way and like the families were involved and all that stuff. So it was a very serious relationship, whatever it was.
And then at some point they broke up, but it was on the table $12 million to Brianna to not talk about the toxicity in a very loose term of the relationship and the breakup and all that. She said no. And instead, a lot of information has been coming out, especially through Barstool Sports and the podcast BFF something with Dave Portnoy. And just when he thought it was put to rest, he gets on TikTok to address an incident that happened over the weekend at UFC 309. We all watched, of course.
Yeah, I was tuned in. Yep.
Yeah, so great of a fight and the cage and back and forth.
I think
legendary.
I think a lot of people, and I might count myself among them, didn't even realize there was a UFC fight over the weekend because it was so just tremendously overshadowed by the Tyson Paul fight.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I saw I think when I opened up Amazon or something, they're like, "Are you going to catch it?" And here's the two guys, forehead to forehead. I'm like, I think I'm done.
I don't know those people. I'm sorry. I'm like very disconnected from the UFC world. I only want to watch when it's a person that I'm aware of, and I need to know more of them.
And I feel like the UFC fighter David Onama would say the same thing when it comes to speaking of country stars. But apparently, he had just won his match, and he grabbed the microphone after the post-game interview with Joe Rogan in the ring, and gave a shout out to Zach Bryan.
I'm going to come back here next month to watch, what's it called, Zach Bryan concert.
What's it called?
I'll be here for that.
Yeah, so it turns out, though, that he has no idea who Zach Bryan is.
What's it called? Zach Bryan?
And he went onto a podcast to explain why, out of nowhere, he gave the shout out to Zach Bryan. I mean, he was there. So was Brianna Chicken Fry.
Oh, that's awkward. Those two are in the same room.
Camera on it, and well, it goes a little something like this.
You grabbed the mic back from him, and you said something about, I'm going to be back here next month to come see Zach Bryan. What's the story behind that? And how long have you been a Zach Bryan fan? Was that real?
My manager's house called me like, "Hey, Zach Bryan is here, and he wants you to give him a shout out." To be honest, I don't know who Zach Bryan was.
That was like a paid advertisement for him.
Yep, exactly. That's literally what it was.
That's what it was.
Wow, that's lame,
How
man.
awkward is that? He did say, though, that if he were to go to a country concert, it would be Morgan Wallen, who, full circle, one of the inside jokes after the big breakup was that a lot of people, to show their solidarity with Brianna Chicken Fry, is to sing the Morgan Wallen line, which is like... what is it? Oh God, what's his most popular song?
Oh yeah,
everyone forgot I said the N-word.
No,
that one too.
I can't do it by myself or something. I had some help.
Because
I had some help.
Yeah. I think we nailed it, all of us.
Feel good.
But one of the fights that, fights is one thing. Zach Bryan lost his mind and became violent after Brianna Chicken Fry was allegedly listening to Morgan Wallen. So, and now that UFC fighter that was paid by his management to give him a shout out says, I actually don't know who he is, but I love me some Morgan Wallen. And there you have it, my friends. Let's see. Say bye to Ellen.
See you later.
She actually left the U.S. Ellen and Portia have reportedly moved to England to escape incoming President Donald Trump.
So they said that was their reasoning, why they were moving away?
I think these are the reports. They were spotted at a British pub just last week, watching the Irish band The Corrs perform. And the key word of all of this is that sources, but there's no official word from Ellen or Portia or Portia Ellen about that being the reason why they left.
So it could be that it just happenstance they were going to move there anyways, or it could be that
they have a house
were.
there and they're spending some time. These are
because they're both rich,
extremely rich. I love this idea. They're like, well, we're going to leave the country because you have the means to, and you can also come back whenever you want because you're not selling your house. I imagine you're just going to your vacation home, snowbird style, just across the pond. Here's one I did not expect: James Franco, Bella Thorne, Mike Tyson are all going to be in a new superhero movie.
I'm listening.
Called Bunny Man.
Okay.
Why not? Not.
Is this James Franco's return? He's been kind of quiet after all that.
The bad stuff.
He was banging his students at the course that he had, and he kind of got dropped by a lot of people as a result of that.
There was a mention of, he spoke to Variety earlier this year, because he was in another movie called Hey Joe. And it was at a film festival in Rome, and he said, it is what it is. I've honestly moved past it, when he was asked about, hey, maybe that inappropriate behavior and you being called out and accused by 5 women, do you want to address it? And he's like, it is what it is. Honestly, moved past it. It was dealt with, and I got to change, so that's it. It's over. I mean, I've worked in the U.S. too, so I'm just trying to move on.
That's a hell of an attempt at a defense, though.
With Bunny Man.
If you heard something about me and you said, hey, C-Lane, what about all those accusations? And I just go, I've moved past them. It is what it is. I've just moved past them and just on with the show.
So Bunny Man follows an anonymous multimillionaire superhero who strikes against evil forces while wearing a rabbit mask. That seems right to the point. Call me crazy, but I think based on the title, I had an idea that's what the superhero looked like. But I am very curious what James Franco, Mike Tyson, and Bella Thorne will look like working together in one movie. No word yet on when that shall be released. And finally, let's see what's on that boob tube, shall we?
Yeah.
Hit it, Dawn. We have Thursday Night Football, the Browns and the Steelers, midseason finale of 911, midseason finale of Law & Order on NBC, also midseason finales of Dr. Odyssey, Law & Order SVU, Found, Grey's Anatomy, and the streaming premiere of Alien Romulus on Hulu. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Did you say season finale or mid-season finale for Dr. Odyssey?
Mid-season finale.
Okay, that show.
Are you watching this?
Yeah, I don't think it's coming back after one. I don't know if it's coming back after the mid.
It's a doctor show on a cruise ship. I didn't have high hopes for it.
Joshua Jackson is a cruise ship doctor. And, it's taken some turns that I watched like with wide eyes like, no. Surely they're not going to do this. This seems stupid. How did these people look at their scripts and go, brave? It was their, buddy.
What do they do? What's the twist? What's the plot twist?
It's a little too soon to like say it.
I'm going to find out during the break.
I'll tell you during the break, but it's too soon to say it on the air because if you're not caught up with the latest 2 episodes, it's a huge spoiler.
Oh, we don't want to do that. Some people will be pissed. We'll take a quick break instead. When we come back, I always love these stories of a giant, massive spill on the roadways. And this one would be particularly fun. Plus, a man jumps up and tries to open the door on a plane mid-flight. You know how that goes. We'll give you the details on what happened this time. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's the conference semifinals in the MLS playoffs at Inter&Co Stadium. One team advances, one goes home. When Orlando City hosts Atlanta United this Sunday. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. It is brought to you by WG Sports Center. Discover indoor soccer. For details and to join their team, follow at WG Sports Center.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down on State Road 408 westbound due to an earlier accident near I-4. It's causing delays on I-4 through the city there. Just travel with caution. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles. There's congestion on I-4 in the Champions Gate area. You could expect your regular delays in the Lake Buena Vista area. And if you see traffic troubles, just call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit MDNow.com and get back to better.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Black Friday is coming, and there's something for the adults who love the coolest toys, too. Bartesian is the premier cocktail maker that makes over 60 cocktails. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Save $100 by visiting bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Don Jr. here, guys. Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Don't speak to them on your own. They are not your friends. To reach a team of licensed tax professionals that can help you reduce, settle, and resolve your tax matters, go to tnusa.com and check them out.
Solve your tax problems today. Call 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com. That's 1-800-780-8888.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Football fans, are you missing the action because of blurry vision? Well, this November, score a touchdown for your eyes with a free LASIK consultation at the Philatowski Eye Institute. Simply text 1041 to 868686 now. They've been Central Florida's MVP in vision correction for over 3 decades. And with their 24-month interest-free financing, you can tackle the cost of LASIK without breaking the bank. Don't let poor eyesight intercept your game day experience. Text 1041 to 868686 now and see every play with crystal clarity. The Philatowski Eye Institute, bringing Central Florida into focus for over 3 decades.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Discover the unmatched value at Core Flooring Center in Winter Park, Central Florida's prime spot for wood, waterproof laminate, and vinyl planks. Explore our stunning showroom with hundreds of styles. Visit us today or check out coreflooringfl.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This year full of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassie's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the...
You can always learn more about the show and even subscribe to the podcast by going over to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com with an I-E on the end. Thenewsjunkie.com is where you can learn more. I wanted to get into this because they're pretending it's a big story. I don't know if it actually is or not, but The Simpsons, which is somehow still on for 35 years and counting, is killing off Milhouse, kind of. And I thought, wow, this is so ballsy. This is the first time The Simpsons has done something brave in a very long time. They're going to take Lil Milhouse and they're going to bring him out in the field and they're just going to kill Milhouse. But they don't have the balls to kill Milhouse. So I think they're just going to have a new person come in and voice him, since the lady Pamela Hayden that has done Bart's friend Milhouse Van Houten has done his voice for 35 years, is retiring. She is in 700 plus episodes of The Simpsons.
That's insane.
That's wild.
A lot. They have had 774 total, and she's been in 700 of them. And she wants to retire now and hang up her microphone. She does the voices for Jimbo Jones, Rod Flanders, and Malibu Stacy, Lisa's classmate Janie, many other recurring and one-time characters she has done on this show and been around for a very long time. But now she's leaving, and I don't know if they're going to AI it, because they absolutely could.
But that
they could,
much audio? Absolutely.
They could. Yeah, they have so much in terms of like the archive of her speaking. If it's in her contract, they would be able to easily do Milhouse with AI. But maybe they just squeeze another person in like they've done for some of these other characters.
I would have to guess that Milhouse is an important enough character to do that for. Well, I mean, we talked, I think, last week about the fact that they killed off Maud Flanders because the person voicing had like a contract dispute and quit.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? And so they just kind of did the screw you move. And then they retired Edna Crabapple when the person that voiced her passed away from pneumonia-related breast cancer.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be breast cancer-related pneumonia? I don't know.
Yeah, either way.
But then, but those are all side characters. I guess Crabapple's probably more, that was the teacher. She was probably more of a main character than Maud Flanders.
So are you saying in the past when somebody has either left because of a contract or otherwise, the character's dead and maybe Milhouse could be killed off then?
In certain situations, but I feel like they're going to keep Milhouse.
You'd think.
He's big.
Is it kind of like we respect the work you've put in, so we're going to just end the character versus just replacing you?
No, they said The Simpsons will begin casting for Hayden's characters in the near future. So that sounds to me like they still want to keep doing this, which would be much less exciting than taking the little Milhouse out into a field and killing him off in like a school shooting or something at the Simpsons school. Just a really edgy episode that they used to have every once in a while. You guys remember watching your shows, like the favorite shows you would have, and all of a sudden there was one episode that was really serious out of nowhere?
Yeah, like when Jesse Spano was addicted to caffeine pills.
They bring up drugs or violence, and it'll be tonight on a very special episode of Family Matters, Urkel is doing heroin, and he's
Did I do that?
He did do that, and you're like, whoa! And your parents would go, the whole family needs to watch this.
Yeah,
this is an important moment right now.
And the complete opposite was when Grey's Anatomy decided to do a musical episode where it was like, no, never.
That's a swing and a miss
again.
They did that.
I'll tell you what, the Scrubs musical episode was pretty damn good.
Yeah, but what the How I Met Your Mother, when they did that, they did a musical episode, or they did one where they rhymed everything. Oh, woof! It was so rough. Those are usually a miss. Will Milhouse be killed off? We'll watch. It doesn't seem like that's the case. I don't even know if they could just pop somebody in there after all these years that you wouldn't notice, because it's a big character.
They've done it. So, longtime Mr. Burns and Mo actor Hank Azaria, whom we all know, was not the first to voice those characters. That was Chris Collins first. Natasha Lyonne's Sophie Krostowski was originally voiced by Drew Barrymore. And I guess they changed the guy for Bleeding Gums Murphy, too. And then in 2020, I think they had to recast all the black people that were played by white people.
Right. Yeah, I remember when they did that. And they did it with Family Guy, too, with the dude next door, the Cleveland guy.
Hey, y'all.
So maybe they'll be able to do it and you won't even notice. And it's, oh, yeah, remember back when they changed this? Maybe not. Let's see what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch. We'll start playing some of those in a bit. First, I wanted to share an accident with you because I'm a fan of when there's a big spill on the highway. And I think about what I would do if I encountered this spill. And this is one where, I don't know, maybe I'd get out of my car. Maybe I'd go cruising the road and see what was spilled over there. Here is what happened in this case.
Man, hundreds, maybe thousands of cans of alcoholic seltzer White Claw just spread all across a highway here in the valley. Rural Metro Fire says a truck.
Look at that. Oh, my God. There's a lot of White Claw. You know what we're looking at? Money. That's a lot of money worth of White Claw right there. A 12-pack of these things are like 20-something bucks, I think.
It's so bizarre to me is that they're not already like encased. That it is just a truckload of the cans.
Yeah, that is weird. They're not in packages. This must be at a part in the process where they have them just in a bunch of random cans because there are cans everywhere on this road.
Also, that looks like a dump truck.
It does. There's a big truck that was carrying this thing, and it completely flipped on its side
in the valley. Rural Metro Fire says a truck carrying those cans just tipped right over near the Loop 303 and Northern Parkway.
Wow.
And the
Damn, there's so many of them. Oh, God. This thing was loaded up, and every last can seems to have dumped out of it. I'll put the photo of this up on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com for the visual for everybody.
Also, when these stories happen, like, does anyone ever ask if the driver's okay?
Nobody does.
Everyone's like, well, look at this crazy spill, but the driver in critical condition. Don't know if he's ever going to walk again, but crazy hot fudge everywhere.
I remember everybody had such a blast when the dildo truck spilled in South Florida. There was a truck full of sex toys. Look this up. See if you can find the story. I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. I swear.
We're going to get some weird porn.
There was a truck full of sex toys.
We did this on the show.
Yeah. I think we talked about it when it happened. And it got into some sort of accident or whatever, and all of them spilled out onto the road. And the news crews sent their helicopters up. And they're like, look, the streets are filled with vibrators right now.
Oh, yeah, this Oklahoma 2022?
Wait, was it in Oklahoma? I thought it was in Florida. Oh, man, I screwed
Dildos
it
and
up.
lube seemingly scattered across interstate after truck crash in Oklahoma.
Oh, God. There may have been more than one story like that, too. I'm not sure, but I like following these stories. I like to see what happened. And you are right, Sabrina. We should care a little bit more about the person who is driving the vehicle and are they okay? But I don't see any info on that here, unfortunately. We'll get to you now. Let's check in with your dispatchers here.
Dildo truck had lost its load.
That was on purpose. Here is Funny Name talking about this freak out on an airplane story. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, I've got to refresh this for that to work. I'll get it. There's Funny Name.
Hey, guys. Happy day. So I have a concept for air travel that no one's going to like, but I think it would solve a lot of problems. You know the type of roller coasters that have the shoulder harnesses that come down over your head and click you in place and don't release until the ride's over? They should do that on flights. If you have to get up and use the restroom, the stewardess can come by with a key and unlock your shoulder harness so you can go up and use the restroom.
No.
But other than that, it keeps all the maniacs in their seats. And for the people with anxiety, it might be like a warm security blanket. And if you have a freak out, you can't go anywhere. Yeah, I think roller coaster style harnesses for air travel would be great. Keep everyone in their damn seats.
We cannot optimize our world for weirdos. I can't say this enough. We cannot optimize our world for weirdos. You can't go, well, some people freak out and try to open the door mid-flight. So let's make sure everybody is in a giant cage.
Let's make sure the plane doesn't have doors.
Yeah, nobody can ever do this. You can't do it that way. But in this case, the story he's talking about was the passengers rising up. Big shocker, right? And the passengers ended up using duct tape on this guy because nobody screws around with this anymore. Several American Airlines passengers subdued a highly agitated man who reportedly tried to open the cabin door mid-air, according to WFAA. The flight was from Milwaukee to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport on Tuesday. Shout out to our friends in Dallas. The man allegedly got out of his seat to approach a flight attendant, insisting he needed to get off the plane. When the crew member told him he couldn't do that, WFAA reports he became increasingly upset. He charged the flight attendant and hit them. He was going for the door, says one of the three passengers who intervened. So I just grabbed the guy from behind and kept him from pulling the thing. And they bound the guy with duct tape and held him down. Nobody just sits around anymore, thank God. I think we're all the better for it. All right, we are going to take a quick break here. We'll be back to hear from more of you. We got jury duty coming up. I got emails coming in. And after 23 years, a show is no more. Which one is it? Were you a fan? We'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. He's got a pretty mouth.
Ease up, Dan. What are you doing?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Good afternoon. Traffic is pretty mellow on most of the major roadways, although you could expect your regular delays on I-4 in the Champions Gate area. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's congestion on I-4 eastbound between Orange Blossom Trail and approaching Colonial Drive. Just travel with caution on the roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift.
Years career-wise and is now a life coach. Look, I'm not saying all life coaches are crazy, but I would maybe say that crazy people are life coaches.
January 9th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
This November, give thanks for the gift of clear vision with a free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've been serving Central Florida for over 30 years, helping thousands see life in high definition. Don't let poor vision blur your holiday memories. Simply text 1041 to 868686 today and take advantage of their 24-month interest-free financing. Schedule your free consultation now, and you could be seeing clearly by Christmas. The Filatowski Eye Institute, bringing Central Florida into focus for over 3 decades. Text 1041 to 868686 for your free LASIK consultation now.
Don Jr. here, guys. Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Don't speak to them on your own. They are not your friends. To reach a team of licensed tax professionals that can help you reduce, settle, and resolve your tax matters, go to tnusa.com and check them out.
Solve your tax problems today. Call 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com. That's 1-800-780-8888.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Hey guys, I'm Kate Max.
You might know me from my popular online series, The Running Interview Show, where I run with celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and more. After those runs, the conversations keep going. That's what my podcast, Post Run High, with iHeartRadio is all about. Listen to Post Run High on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Post Run High and start listening.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
show, and a lot of people do. And if you want to be anonymous, please do me a favor. Put anonymous right on top of the email so I don't make the boneheaded mistake of saying boom, and then I drop your name out, and then the whole thing is a mess. I don't want to do that. Then we have to hit the dump button.
If you really want to drive the point home, put it in bold, put it at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, that's good. That's a smart move. Or even put it in the title. And this is an email coming in. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Patty Wack says, good afternoon, Sean and crew. We raised chickens when I was in FFA. Boy, that is foreign to me. Future Farmers of America in Michigan. Each of us got 35 chicks to raise. I would have killed them all.
Wait. Foreign because of the raising chicks part or FFA? Because they 100% have FFA in Florida.
Oh, I know they do, but okay. I didn't grow up doing any of that stuff. I didn't get involved in this.
Neither did I. I always kind of wondered, like whenever I would flip through the high school yearbook, I'd be like, oh, these are the people that are in FFA?
Are they farmers now?
Wonder what
what are they up to?
What got them into FFA?
We took our 5 best chickens to Michigan State to be judged, Patty Wack says. Nobody told a girl in our group that to judge them, they would be dead. What? They kill them to judge them? We watched the entire process of them being slaughtered and defeathered. She passed out watching her 5 best chickens go to the chicken heaven.
Oh my gosh, does the sponsor or like the adult leader of the FFA who's bringing you guys to the state fair or wherever for the chicken judging not tell you?
They should.
That is part of the judging process. Sad. They're going to kill and feather them?
That's irresponsible, folks. You don't want to do this. I love you guys. Have a great day, Patty Wack. Thank you for the email. I said earlier, and I stand by my statement, but maybe there's a small asterisk next to it now, that your kid is not an angel. Your kid is probably an asshole, and other people just don't want to tell you about this. And when you hear your kid gets in trouble, parents tend to just go, no, my angel? He didn't do anything. He would never do anything like that. Yeah, your kid sucks too. All these kids suck. They're all little hellions, all these kids out there. But a response here from Waterboys. It says, my kid is an angel. Sent me this out of blue this morning. Good morning, Dad. You are on my mind this morning, and I know that it's for a reason. I just wanted to tell you that I love you and that I couldn't have asked for a better person to be my father. Dylan, just, take some notes here. But for somebody who hadn't been a father before, you sure are a master. Thank you for the way you raised me and for teaching me the skills I would need in my life. I look up to you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day today.
Wow.
And
if Dylan sent you that, you wouldn't believe it. You would think that there's motive.
How much money do you need me to cash out?
Let me bring up my text message thread. Oh, here's the last message I got from Dylan. And keep in mind the one I just read. It says, whoa, I can get this Martin guitar for $480, or I can get the left-handed version. Wow. That's an acoustic electric, he says, and he sends over a link to said guitar.
Oh.
Before I'm trying to see, he said nice things.
Is that for you to get him, or that he's just showing you what he's gonna
He's
buy
just tossing
himself?
it out there. He's just throwing it out into the world, into the ether to see what's happening. Oh, and the previous one to that, he texted me. He said, dude, I finally won the internet. And he showed a post that he did on somebody's Instagram that was getting a lot of likes. And he was very happy about his interactions on Instagram. So he gave me those. He's a nice kid, though, I swear. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Casey emails. And it says, good day, everybody. There's a new show on streaming called St. Denis Medical. It's on Peacock. It's a mockumentary-style show placed in a hospital.
Love it.
It's Created by one of the writers, producers, Justin Spitzer, and Eric Legend, a writer for Superstore, which I have never seen, but I've heard okay things about. The show has a pretty good cast. The blonde lady from Reno 911 is in it. Oh, I like her a lot. The brunette from Fargo. So far, there's 3 episodes out. They come on Wednesday. I highly recommend the show for somebody looking for something new. You've seen this?
Yeah, we watched the first 3, technically, and it's mockumentary style, like The Office, Parks and Rec, and all that, but I thought it was very funny. Nice. Late night kind of comedy.
I'll check that out for sure. I want to throw something out there because I thought this was so gross, and I want to know what you, Sabrina, and you, C-Lane, and everybody else thinks about this. We've talked extensively on this show about the movie Rust with Alec Baldwin, where they were filming this movie, and Alec Baldwin, he didn't know it, I guess, and he had a live round in his gun, and he shot and killed Helena Hutchins, who was the cinematographer of Rust, this movie. And I believed afterwards, I was like, he really, really felt, he was horrified. He felt so bad about this happening. Even if you hate Alec Baldwin, I don't think there's a shot in hell he did this on purpose or that, you know, it wasn't the person's fault who was in charge of the armory stuff.
But that person went to jail, did they not?
They did, yeah. There was a case against the woman who was responsible for that, and she went to jail, and then he did not. Obviously, they had to drop the case against him. That was a whole thing. But now they're starting to push the movie. They had their world premiere this week at a film festival in Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, Rust, okay? Here's what I think is gross. Tell me where you're at. They did one of those things where they speak to the audience before the movie premieres, little Q&A style thing, and they said, we want you to watch this film through Helena Hutchins' eyes.
Oh, really?
She was the cinematographer on this movie, and we want you to, you know, imagine her looking through the camera, and this was her project. We want you to think about looking at this movie through her eyes. And I thought immediately, that is gross.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? That is a gross thing.
What are the reviews on the movie? Is it bad? Because it sounds like...
I saw some headline that was like there was an audible gasp because they included the scene.
Oh, the scene that where he's in the church and stuff. Yeah, that would have been the one they were practicing when the revolver actually went off. But bringing her up is gross to me. Like saying to the people...
Who said it?
It was somebody on the project. It says the premieres with a dedication to the cinematographer killed on set. It wasn't Alec Baldwin. It was Souza, I think. This person, Souza, Joel Souza. He was the director who was wounded. Souza introduced the film at the festival, a popular industry event. He told the audience that initially after the accident, he could not have imagined continuing production. It hurt too much. Then he said Hutchins' husband, Matthew, wanted the film to be finished and came on as an executive producer. But they said, we want you to see this through her eyes. And I just thought, that seems a little gross. But do tell us what you think. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. We'll work in some more dispatches in a moment. Over into the world of Trump. He has a granddaughter who's been getting a lot of attention online. I don't know if you've seen Kai Trump, but she's a golfer, and she called up Trump, and she's like, hey, you know, what was your best score? I want to see if I could beat it. And then she was playing with a golfer pro. I don't know who he is, but you guys probably do. Bryson DeChambeau. He's like a PGA pro. And
I thought that's when you kick each other in the nuts really hard. See who falls down.
That's not it. She told Trump that he was a better golfer than the golf pro. Here she is.
Anyway, honey, so are you out there now in Bedminster?
Yeah, I am. I'm here for another day, and then I'm heading back to Florida. So what's your best score on the new course on the front nine? Because I'll just tell you. After I hear yours, I'll tell you what I just shot.
I would say my best would be 32, maybe. That's a tough nine.
All right, well, I just shot 4 under too, so I just shot a 32 as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good. What do you think of Bryce's club head speed compared to my club head speed?
I don't know. I think yours is a little faster, honestly. I think you hit it way farther than him.
Yeah.
All this golf talk, I have no idea.
Thank you.
So she's telling him he's even better than the golf pro guy, better than Bryson DeChambeau. Remember my favorite moment in the world? during the debate when Trump and Biden started fighting about playing golf against each other.
Oh, that got under his
I'll beat him. And Biden's like, I could take him. And I'll beat him. And I'm like, I want to see this happen right now. We don't know if Trump's that good, but his granddaughter sure says he is. Let's go over to you now. We have time for just a couple here. Here is Big Daddy Dave with the dispatch.
Hey, News Junkie, Big Daddy Dave. You said there was a show stopping after 23 years. I couldn't wait, so I asked Siri using Siri AI.
All right.
So I asked Siri, what show is quitting after 23 years? And it came up and said, after so many seasons, the Kardashian is quitting. And I listened to that crap about the Kardashians. And I asked again, hey, Siri, what show is stopping after 23 years? Again, they came up with Kardashians. I threw my damn phone out the window. I was so mad.
Oh, man.
I had to go back and get it.
Big Kardashian
I'm on my way to the Apple Store. Big Daddy Dave.
No, that's not the show I was talking about that is ending after 23 years.
I mean, they have been around for that long. Is he upset because of that?
No, the Siri AI was just wrong. They were wrong on that one in terms of what I was going to talk about. It is a show on ESPN. Us sports fans, us in the know sports fans know about this. Sports. That's right. It's called Around the Horn, and it is ending after 23 years of the show. And fatality. I do know this show, actually, because I did for
Is that the one where they
while.
freeze the people?
I think so. It's the one where they have all the effects and stuff, and everybody's kind of battling each other. I know it because I used to watch with some friends. Wasn't my choice to put it on. But a show on ESPN called Pardon the Interruption.
Yeah.
Which I actually think is a pretty good show. I think those guys are pretty good, just in terms of broadcaster quality. And then I knew that the guy who used to fact check them at the end of the show, he went on, Tony Reale, and became the host of Around the Horn. And now, after 23 years, which is a damn good run, that ain't bad at all right there. After 23 years, they're wrapping it up on ESPN.
By the way, much like that dispatcher, I also asked my Apple Intelligence what show is calling it quits after 23 years.
Did it say the Kardashians?
Nope, it said Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil is wrapping it up, huh?
It says on January... No, Dr. Phil wrapped it up already. It says on January 31st, 2023, CBS Media Ventures confirmed Dr. Phil would cease production. Final episode May 25th of that year.
Yeah, I think he's a YouTuber now. Right? I think Dr. Phil does the YouTube stuff. We want to hear from you. Let us know what's going on in your world. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Okay, we got our friends Tom and Dan. They're going to join us, I think, in about 30 minutes or so on the show. It'll be fun to talk to them, see what's happening in their world. But while we have a moment here, let's stop down and make mention of an event we have coming up at the end of the year. Since now we have the details and we can let people know. People love this event. We did it for a very long time, and then our plates were getting a little bit full, and we shifted it around to a station event. Then the morning show did it, and now we're gobbling this sucker back up, and the Real Radio Bike Drive is back on.
All right.
And this is something we love to do because you enjoy it, and we can't get enough of the idea that we're going to make kids' Christmas better by giving them a bike. And some of these kids would never get one if it weren't for you and your generosity. So the Bike Drive is back, baby. Join Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorney, and the News Junkie. We'll be broadcasting live from the Inter & Co. Stadium, the Orlando City Soccer Stadium,
this
right?
will be, yes, in Pride. It's the first time you've ever stepped foot into that stadium, huh?
Me?
Yeah, have you been to a soccer game?
Yeah, I've been to like 2 soccer games, I think. I mean, I know that's not a lot, but I've been to more than one. I've been in the clubhouse thing that they have there for an event. I don't know what it's called.
The West Club?
You look like you're absolutely doubting every word that's coming out of my mouth right now.
So you're saying you went there and didn't say hey to me?
No, you didn't work for them at that point when I went there, I don't think. You weren't doing any of the
Have you
stadium
been to
announcer
Inter &
stuff.
Co., or was this back before they were in MLS when it was Citrus Bowl?
No, I've been at the new stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been at the new one.
Well,
when there
now
was a
all
game
three of
there.
us get to be there together Thursday, December 12th.
Well, we have a goal. We're trying to get 104 bikes of all sizes. This should be a nice, easy thing for us to do.
Helmets, too.
So, yep, bring a brand new bike. I just talked with our friend Kevin from Wood Concepts. He was interested, and I said, we'd love to have you in coming out again and putting together the bikes that people bring that aren't.
Cool.
So I think that'll be super useful. So if you don't have the bike put together, don't worry. It's okay. We're going to have a team out there with us of great people doing great things. You bring a brand new bike helmet if you want to. It'll be Thursday, December 12th. That's when this is going down. Thursday, December 12th, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. to Inter & Co Stadium and help us help the kids. The details at realradio.fm/bike. We're trying to make this so no matter where you're listening to the show, if you're in one of the syndicated markets or if you're one of the people who streams the show every day or podcaster, we want everybody to be able to help in some way. But big thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club for helping us, giving us the stadium to do this event. And, of course, to justcallmo.com. Again, that's going down on Thursday, December 12th. The Bike Drive is back, baby, with a live show featuring all of us and all of you and your big hearts and a whole bunch of bikes, hopefully. We are going to take that pause I mentioned. And when we return, we'll do jury duty. Let's see what's happening out there in courtrooms around the world. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
The Magic winning streak came to an end as they fell to the L.A. Clippers. The Magic stay in L.A. and will try to bounce back tonight when they visit LeBron James and the Lakers. Week 12 of the NFL kicks off tonight. The 8-2 Steelers visit the 2-8 Browns in an AFC North matchup. College football, UCF preparing for its final road game of the season. They're at West Virginia Saturday. Also Saturday, Florida looks for an upset, hosting number 9 Ole Miss. I'm Matt McCoy.
You wouldn't drive a car under the influence, so why would you operate a boat? The FWC wants to remind you that operating a boat while impaired is just as deadly as driving a car and carries the same penalties. Be as safe at sea as you are on the land. Visit myfwc.com for more info.
Bring your forecast into focus with West 2 News on CW18 and meteorologist Kellyanne Class.
My focus is on your day, every day.
West 2 News Sunrise on CW18. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
Let's watch TV.
What do you want to watch?
Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
Kick your night off with a bang.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. Let the good times roll.
Sounds like a party.
Did someone say party? Party's my middle name.
You know you want to watch.
I'm so excited, but I just can't hide it.
The Big Bang Theory, tonight at 7, only on CW18.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
What are you talking about?
Covering Central Florida, so you never miss a moment of what's happening. Every night at 10, Michelle Imparato, Jesse Pagan, and First Warning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 10 on CW18. Local, live, late breaking.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Black Friday is coming, and there's something for the adults who love the coolest toys, too. Bartesian is the premier cocktail maker that makes over 60 cocktails. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Save $100 by visiting Bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. If you hire an attorney solely based off a commercial, you might as well just flip a coin. My advice is simple. Check out their Google reviews. Find out how long they've been practicing law, and actually call them before you sign anything. We're talking about your future. It's important. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real 104.1. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the News Junkie.
Including some updates on the weird Diddy stuff and also Joe Exotic, because, man, that guy continues to just drag out his fame. We'll see what he's saying in just a bit. We'll get to your dispatches and all of that momentarily. One thing that I've realized is my new way of feeling old. It happens to me a lot now. I'm not kidding you at all. Every time there's a new festival announced, I look at the poster for the festival and I go, I am old now. Who are these bands?
Who are you? I don't even know how to say the name. That's how old I feel.
Oh, let me bring it up. Coachella. So some of them, you start out when you look at the Coachella lineup announcement, and I go, Lady Gaga? I totally know who that is. What are you, crazy? Green Day, Post Malone? I know these artists.
The Misfits,
Missy Elliott?
huh?
The Misfits? Hell yeah, I know the Misfits. And then it would go, Benson Boone? Oh, the Scared Souls, Marabou State, Wait, who are these people?
3-6 Mafia. Now we're back. Back to my time.
Back in on that. There's a lot of these bands that I look at and I go, I have no idea who Soft Play or Interplanetary Criminal are. And I try to keep up with the rejoins with listening to music. But the Viagra Boys? What are the Viagra Boys? Am I supposed to know about the Viagra Boys?
Oh, they go hard.
Do they? Yeah, okay. Disco Lines, Blonde Redhead. Don't know so many of these bands. It's kind of
Oh, you're
amazing.
familiar with Disco Lines.
I'm familiar with them in real life, but not as a band, not as that. So I look at it and I always think, whenever I see these, I go, it's over. I'm old now. I don't know all the cool bands. And
But
I
it's
wonder,
nice that they're, sprinkling in some
some
oldies
classics.
there, yeah.
I know, but how do they look at Green Day? How does a Zoomer...
Classic rock.
It's like Led Zeppelin being on the bill for them. They go, oh, Green Day is going to be here. Oh, man, the oldies music they play is so good.
Anything older than that, they're like, oh, so they have like a museum pop up or something, right?
This is going to be great. Those old men are going to come out from Green Day, play a couple of songs.
I always wonder how these discussions or these negotiations go, because obviously you have your headliners, Lady Gaga, Green Day, Post Malone. And then you have the next biggest font in each of them each day. Yep. So there's Missy Elliott, Charlie XCX, who just did a great job on Saturday Night Live. Megan Thee Stallion. Then Zed. Zed's still a little bit bigger. You know, your top line is still kind of, then they get smaller as you go. And then everything's in the same font except the original Misfits.
Yeah, they got their own font in there, which is kind of cool.
So how did that discussion work? They're like, listen, we really appreciate that you guys are here as the original Misfits. Maybe the Misfits wanted more money, and they were like, we don't have more money to pay you, but, you know, we'll let you use your own logo. Or so, like, who demanded that?
Or how is T-Pain the same size as Japanese breakfast?
Because T-Pain is awesome.
No, I like T-Pain. But what the hell is Japanese breakfast? I'm not even familiar with this.
I thought you had a rejoin by Japanese breakfast.
No, those Chinese breakfast.
Japanese breakfast.
Misfits, I feel like the older folk would look at this lineup, and if they were, if it wasn't in that font, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a DJ's naming themselves. Do they even know who the Misfits are? How dare they?" And not believing that it was the actual Misfits that are coming through. Which, by the way, the what's his name? The guitarist Von Frankenstein or something like that.
For the Misfits,
the most ripped.
Oh yeah,
dude I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, those guys are in good shape.
Good God.
The Misfits are cool. The Misfits are one of the bands, though, where I think they have sold more merch than albums, would be my guess, because the Misfits shirt is a classic piece of merch for sure.
Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein.
That's a hell of a name. Wolfgang, is that his real name?
I don't care. And he has like a 12-pack.
Was that the guy that Dan ran into at the airport?
And he took the shirt off of his body and gave it to Dan and walked out of the airport without a shirt on, and it was a blessing for everybody.
Yeah, this guy is still absolutely ripped. These guys are in great shape. The original Misfits is going to be there. I like that they're going to be there because that's one of the names I could look at on the flyer and go, well, I still got it. I'm still hip. I know at least a couple of these bands. But Moon Boots, hey, you're new to me. Maybe I'll learn something today.
Unless they're playing at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, some of these bands are. Yeah, and this is one of those things that they do 2 weekends, right? I find that to be strange too, but I guess they want to make double the money. They do it the weekend of April 11th, and then right back around, they do it again on the 18th the next week.
Do they limit the attendance then? So like you could pick a weekend to make it a little more you can breathe.
I don't know. I think they still want to just sell as many tickets as possible. They're still just trying to make as much money as they can off of any of this stuff. Here's the message from Matt Gaetz, who officially withdrew his nomination for Attorney General. He says, I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There's no time to waste on needlessly protracted fights in Washington. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name for consideration to serve as Attorney General. And he says, I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I'll forever be honored, blah, 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 he says on the way out.
So he does nothing now?
He probably, my guess is he's going to go work for some media outlet because he'll be there. Their plug-in to the White House. So they go, oh, you better hire Matt Gaetz. He's friendly. Trump likes him. You'll get all the inside information. I don't know if Fox News would pick him up or if it would be one of the other ones.
Where are we standing on the report being leaked or shown in some form or fashion?
Man, I think now everything leaks. I just think it's so hard to keep something like that under wraps. I would guess that at least the information leaks. We already heard the hackers had some of the transcripts of witness testimony against him. And
was it in Florida or no?
I don't remember where it took place. Obviously, he was from Florida, so it could have been the case, but We shall see, friend. All right, let's work in a dispatch real quick to get you on the show. Here is where we're going to go. Let's go to Twink Lettitz with a dispatch.
Hey, junkies. On The Simpsons, also, when Phil Hartman tragically died, they decided not to recast his characters that he did on the show. He wasn't a regular character, but it was a recurring character.
He was the best,
and they decided not to recast his characters. But I don't think they killed him off either. I just think they never appeared again on the show. And also for Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland, the creator, he got in some kind of hot water, had to resign from the show. So they got other people to voice his characters.
Wasn't the underage
And
stuff,
I've watched a couple episodes of that, and you can...
Oh, yeah. What was that, Serena? I'm sorry. What did you say?
He got caught like being creepy with underage girls.
Yeah, he was messaging somebody online. There was something that people rolled him over for, and very quickly they said, "You're gone. You're off the show," and they just replaced him with other people. And he said, "I watched a couple episodes, and you could tell there's different actors doing it. It doesn't have the same nuance." He did deserve to be let go from the show. Thank you, Twink Lettitz. Appreciate the dispatch. You can join us on the show with yours, audio, video, whatever you want to do. Dip your toe in the pool. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours now. Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you got a lot of attorneys out there. They're trying to get your case, trying to get your attention. But what you don't know is that a lot of them, once they sign you up, they don't really care about you. You're just in a spreadsheet. They want to get the case done with, get their money, and move on. With Mo DeWitt, he's going to hear you out. He's going to listen to your story, and he's going to fight for you in the way you deserve to be fought for. 800-CALL-MO even. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Bad news for our friend Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic has written to somebody begging for some help. He said, "Please, you have to help me out. I am innocent. I need you to pardon me. And over the last 7 years of this injustice that has been done to me, you've been one of my strongest supporters of a pardon. And I think we can make this happen." And this letter was written to Matt Gaetz, who would have been the Attorney General.
Wow.
Sorry about your luck,
but
Joe
Exotic is like, this is part 2, and now that position's open, once you pardon me, I'm your guy.
Now he doesn't have an ally, though, because Matt Gaetz had said something about Joe Exotic before, and perhaps he deserved a pardon, and now he's not going to get it because that's not going to be the guy with the job. He said, "You've seen all the evidence in the videos of government witnesses admitting to perjury and admitting to having had a plot to kill me and putting me in prison to steal my zoo. And we have over 400 phone recordings and videos of federal agents knowing their witnesses were lying. Please let me go." And not going to happen for you, Joe Exotic. And finally, in jury duty today, Meek Mill, the rapper, upset, very upset. He said he's going to look into how video footage from his 2014 birthday party leaked online after the video went viral. He said, "Just think about it. You're waking up to a bunch of non-black-owned publications posting major lies about me." They were tying him to the Diddy freak-off parties.
Oh.
He said, "Where are all the PR people going to go that was around me? Everybody see what's going on? I'm not going to be quiet," he said. So he is upset. He's also saying, "I wish Puff well. He's a black man. I hope he didn't do most of the stuff they're saying he did. Why y'all scared to talk? You must have something in the closet."
You hope he didn't do most of the stuff? I'm sorry, is there any of the stuff on the list of things that is alleged to have been committed by Puff Daddy that you hope he did?
What's wrong with some free lubricant to go?
Yeah, he's hope he didn't do half of the stuff. I don't even know what Diddy did, obviously. All I know is I have heard a lot of things over the past 4 months.
And they range, man.
They're not good. They're not good. I don't know what's true, what's not true. It's kind of like the Harvey Weinstein thing, obviously, because Harvey Weinstein story started to break, and then the dam broke, and then there were so many that you didn't know what was real, what was fake, what was truth, what was just some like hoax online. But you knew that there was so much stuff that it didn't look good for the person who was accused. That's the territory, I think, that we're at right now with Diddy. So that's where I think we find ourselves.
And like everybody, it's coming out of the woodworks telling their Diddy stories. Mm-hmm. I just saw something. I got to find the article where Anna Gasteyer of SNL fame said on a podcast that he was like one of the list of 5 assholes she ever encountered on, doing SNL. Really? We have a lot of people that go through there, but Diddy wanted his rehearsals and everything to be a closed set. And didn't want anybody like talking to him, messing with him, and so instead they just sent Will Ferrell in there as a confused SNL staff member, just looking around, all like doesn't quite know where he is, but just to like and Diddy was very uncomfortable about it, and just the guy like really thought highly of himself and his importance.
Yeah, he seems like an asshole. Yeah. I don't know if there's a lot of redeeming qualities about him at the moment, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our friends Tom and Dan. We'll see what they got going on. Also, we'll hear from you. You can join us at any time. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All that and more coming up next on The News Junkie.
It's time for an epic showdown. The Orlando Pride are set to battle the Washington Spirit this Saturday for the 2024 NWSL Championship. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app.
Traffic is starting to slow down on I-4 approaching the Lake Buena Vista area. You can expect your regular delays before State Road 429 there. There's congestion on US 192 by Florida's Turnpike intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible products only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP's Pro Rewards program subject to terms.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The Daytona 500 is a race where victory is life-changing and career-defining. Every moment means more here, creating a significance and unpredictability that amplifies the experience for both the drivers and fans alike. Don't miss the 67th running of the Daytona 500 on Sunday, February 16th at Daytona International Speedway. Your chance to win tickets now at realradio.fm/contests. For ticket information on the 2025 Daytona 500 and Speed Weeks presented by Advent Health, log on to www.daytona500.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Orlando Magic fans, be ready to celebrate a kingdom on the rise with us as the team battle the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday, November 27th at the Kia Center. Get your tickets today for this city night at OrlandoMagic.com.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Orlando.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Don't miss stand-up NBC winner Renee Vaca coming to the Hard Rock Live Orlando Friday, November 22nd.
My dad did a lot of cocaine. That was his problem. Too much cocaine. He would come into my room at night, right before I went to bed, just kick down the door, just... Hey! Go to sleep! I've been confused like you. Go to sleep, Dad. It's been 3 days, man.
Renee Vaca, Hard Rock Live Orlando, November 22nd. Tickets on sale now at the Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio. 104.1.
If it's important to you, it's on, and probably being mocked by.
We'll hear from more of you as the show goes on. Send in your emails, dispatches, however you want to communicate with the show is just fine by us right now. We got our friends hanging out with us for the first time in a while, I think.
It's been a minute.
Tom and Dan join us here in the studio. Hey. Always good to see Tom and Dan.
This studio is nice. This is way better than the real radio studio. That place is a dump. We were there yesterday. This is where it's at.
Whatever,
that
dude.
Place, El Stinko Barfo disgusting.
This is why I'm completely broke.
This is great. Oh, my God. You've got art on the walls. There's dunnies everywhere. It looks hip and cool.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
This is better than our studio. Their advice is going to be like, have you considered putting cartoon faces of yourself throughout the entire thing?
I'm over that. I'm over that. We're rebranding.
You got serious equipment in in a glass case.
It just looks more serious when you put it in there.
I like that, though. I mean, that glass, that's a $2,000 glass case all day long.
I made Daniel buy all our stuff off Facebook Marketplace.
I spend a lot of time at Big Lots. Big Lots and Newegg. I buy a lot of really cheap stuff.
Many of you know our friends Tom and Dan. TomandDan.com is where the show is, and you listen here on Real Radio 104.1, a corporate time with Tom and Dan. You guys, I don't know why you do this, because every time we connect, we're like, events are a nightmare.
It's what we bond. It's what we bond with other radio shows.
We all know it. All of us have worked on these kind of events for so long. And I know people go, hey, we love when you guys put on these events. It's such a fun time. Sabrina and Celine and I get this when we go and do an event too.
Absolutely.
And people go, if you don't want to do it, they'll be like, God, you're being lazy. It's such a pain in the ass.
Well, we actually had a caller call in. We haven't played his voicemail yet, but he said exactly what you just said. He was like, if you guys choose to not do this, I just think that's lame and you're not working hard enough.
Well,
technically, they're right, though. Because it's either we do this or do nothing. So we would be lazy if we did nothing.
I dream of nothing all the time, though.
We're going to pick nothing over here.
We're going on pretty much nothing.
Yeah, I like the nothing. Nothing is good.
Yeah, we decided this year at some point where we like some of these events, we're just doing them because we've always done them. And it's like now we were talking during the break and I said, guys, how long have you been doing these events? And they said 10, 11 years they've been doing these events. And I was like, we're getting old.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been doing this stuff for a long time now.
Well, you were talking about the 26-year run or 23-year run of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 years is still a great run for a free beer fest if we stopped it this year.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I think that would be fine.
And it's to your credit, you guys, because every single year, people come in droves to this thing. People are huge fans of this festival.
It's a great time.
Well, they come from out of state, so, I mean, we kind of feel obligated to do it. It is the longest-running free beer fest that we can find. There are some older ones, like in Europe, but what's interesting about a European free beer fest is they do it very much like we would have done tickets at a fair in, like, the 70s or 80s.
Okay.
Entrance is free, but if you're going to ride or drink beer, you got to buy a book of tickets.
Gotcha.
So Europe, they do a free beer fest. Everybody can come.
It's kind of fake free.
It is fake free. Like, we are,
plus it's
like, bring an
Europe.
ID. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't the beer there all warm, too?
Well, it's tepid, cool. Don't they keep it cool? I don't think they like it crisp.
So this is legit free.
It is free.
Yeah,
and you guys have been doing this for, you said now this is the 10th year for the beer fest?
Yeah, we're around 10. We believe it's 10. We started it small, and it's funny, with like 10 years ago, we started it because we realized, we're like, wait, normally when people do these beer fests, they invite all these brewers out, and then they'll get marketing money from the local restaurants.
General admission, then you got VIP. Now, I don't know if you know this, you're going to have to put this in your new events. There's now Ultra VIP.
Oh, we've done that.
Oh,
it was a disaster.
You have to do it. Even if it fails, you have to do it.
No.
We did it at the Hard Rock, and we had Super VIP, and we charged an arm and a leg for it. And people expect Super.
Oh, yeah,
when you put Super in front of VIP, they're like, what is this garbage you've given us?
They got front row of seeing 20 Penny's testicles. So
yeah, man. People were mad that year.
But you sell Super VIP, and they hear backstage pass.
Yeah.
Right. Or I can do anything I want.
Yeah. They want to be on stage. They want everything from it.
So what can we do at the free beer fest with Ultra VIP?
You can come on stage. I don't care. It's free. Like, if you came on stage while I was up there, I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll just get a roll with it.
Is there an Ultra VIP at this?
No, there is not.
Well,
it's never too late.
I can put it together this afternoon.
Sean's an idea guy. Let's do it.
I got to tell you, it's like the Jake Paul Tyson fight where they sold that one seat right by the ring. Some attorney with big bucks,
$2 million.
To pay $2 million to be sitting there. And you guys can do it for $1 million. It's a much better deal, obviously.
All right, let's put together a Super VIP. Okay, for $5,000, you can get.
I was gonna go 2,000, 1,000 a piece. 2
Super VIP. Me and Daniel will come pick you up at your house.
Oh, wow. Hold on a second. That means I'm gonna pick you up. I know what this.
No, Daniel's Tesla drives itself now. So
I haven't driven in 2 full years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm atrophied now. I don't even know how to drive. I don't even know how to drive now. I don't know how to drive.
Dude, I mean, seriously, we go to events and then the Tesla just drives us home.
Yeah. And we're blasted drunk. Oh my God. Every place we go right now, totally drunk.
What a time to be alive.
It is. It's a crazy time to be alive.
You still have to put the weights on the steering wheel to make it pretend that you're holding on to it?
No, all you have to do is make sure your eyes are open. I can sleep with my eyes open. So.
Wait, it knows if your eyes are open?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It knows if you have a hat on. It knows if you have sunglasses on. It knows what, for me, it'll be like flat brim, out of style.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll pick them up personally in the Tesla.
We'll pick them up in the Tesla.
We'll take them to the event. Anything you want. You want to talk in the mic? You can scream out any word you want on the mic. Anything.
Any word. I mean any word.
All right.
You'll come with food, beverages, and then we will both go home, and you can come with us.
And I'll make love to your wife.
Yeah. We will make love to your wife. Or
first, I'll roll her in money, in decent proposal.
Because why not?
Yeah. You can make love to my wife.
Money.
I will make love to the husband. Anything to be done with this beer fest. Anything to be done.
It sounds like a lot comes with this. So, folks, you gobble that up as quickly as you possibly could. It's the deal of a lifetime here.
People are going to love it.
Let's talk about the beer fest here just for a moment.
Okay.
What do people need to know? They don't need tickets, right? They just show up at this.
Just an ID. You do need an ID. And every year we have people that come in that are like, hey, man, look at me. You know, I'm like, we can't do the look at me. You have to have an ID, like a real, like, government-issued identification.
It's not asking a lot here.
It's really not. It's not.
Well, just to get the sample cup and wristband so you could drink beer. Obviously, it's all ages. You can bring your family.
Yeah, bring your dogs out.
It basically is a giant street party with food trucks and vendors, and then we have over 30 different breweries and alcohol partners that are giving out samples of
THC seltzers.
Yeah, there's THC seltzers. They're somehow legal this year.
Have you tried those? I ordered 40 THC seltzers from Oregon, and I had my 9-year-old daughter sign for them. What a time to be alive. And my car drives me around drunk.
And so we're giving out sample cups from noon to 2, and the beer pouring starts at 2. We got live music.
Yep.
We got a band. We got DJ.
Silver Lining Band. We've got Orlando Music Syndicate. It's going to be a great time, man. And the weather, oh, my God.
It's supposed to be nice?
Well, I think it's going to be the single greatest weather we've had like this, like going into holiday season.
Thank God.
68 is the high on Saturday. And then the next day, we got the Sanford Sofa races, Sofas and Suds. That starts at 2 p.m. That's also a free event. And basically, 16 different teams get couches together and race through the streets of Sanford. Daniel and I are hosting it.
It's pretty rad. Very aggressive, very fast.
And that's going on the 11th year of doing Sofas and Suds, and that is a Heritage Sanford event that we've had people tell us that it's the reason they moved to Sanford because it's so unique of an event. You know, it's like getting like the bed races down in the Keys and stuff. Like it's just a weird thing.
I do think you'd be legitimately a crazy person if you convinced your wife to move to Sanford for
just for the couches.
But I like that they did that.
Yeah, that's fun. It's a fun event, and people obviously really like this. We'll give you more details as we chat here today. But
I went 2 years ago to the beer fest. Bad business.
Everybody knows you were there. Didn't you get hammered that time?
No.
That was me.
Was that you? I knew somebody did. There was a report back one year, and they were like, "Hey,
I was
Sabrina went to Tom and Dan's Beer Fest, and she was having a good time."
I held it together. I had to promise to hold it together because I had other things to do. But the Uber ride to the Beer Fest was the most talkative Uber driver I've ever had, and it was a 40-minute ride. And I was like, son of a bitch. This guy, he was such a Debbie Downer.
You're going to have your earbuds. I always carry earbuds for that reason. Anybody starts talking to me, I just put my headphones in.
It's a way to deflect from the conversation.
Yeah. I wish.
I want to find out if Sabrina and C-Lane went to the potluck at iHeart. Because we were there this morning.
We were there this morning.
And we saw the potluck, and we're like...
We took pictures.
And I'm like, there's nothing better than eating homemade green beans with your coworkers.
Did you guys try the stuff?
She's got it right there.
Old Jim Colbert. He's gonna. Jimmy. He'll bring in his finest of old stew.
Did you have Sabrina's stuffing? Because she did bring in some stuffing.
Stovetop
for the event.
No.
It was from. So she brought it in on accident yesterday.
Okay.
She thought yesterday was the actual
I was
Thanksgiving.
prepared. I also dressed up with my nice shirt because I was going to be amongst other people and not just in my cave of control room. But it was too early, so I left it in the fridge, and I hoped for the best. And as far as like stovetop, I couldn't tell you because I had just taken a tray from a previous Friendsgiving the night prior.
This stuffing went on a journey.
This is a 3-day stuffing.
Yes, it's been around.
But
it's been
here
on
was
tour.
the thing: you guys have been to other Thanksgiving parties with iHeart in the past.
Yeah,
this is the first year they put your damn name to what you brought in, and I was not aware of that, or would have brought rolls. I went to the kitchen just now. They have all the leftovers there. Only half of it left, guys.
Oh, wow.
You know who was the king?
It's good.
You know who's a thinking man? Johnny Magic.
What'd he do?
Utensils.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
They put his name by it?
I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did, but we did see Jim Colbert's name by a stinky crock pot with some sort of stew in it. That guy's always cooking up some stew.
That's his
And he
world.
tries to pass it off like it's delicious, but it's terrible.
Hey, let's talk about, we have been doing this for so long now, and obviously you guys have been in radio forever and a day.
Yeah.
the podcasting thing, how long has A Mediocre Time been going on for now?
Well, we're back in radio now because everyone has a podcast.
Yeah.
We're trying to get back into radio.
Truly, the only thing that makes us unique now is that we have a radio show. It used to be everybody had a radio show, and we were unique for having a podcast.
That was the opposite.
We're flipping it on everybody.
How long ago was that when you first started?
09.
09. So in 09, when podcasts were still like kind of more rare, I would say.
Oh, yeah. People didn't even know. They were like, what do you do? A pod nest?
Like Marin, Rogan, Jimmy Pardo had one, I think.
Corolla maybe started around that time.
It was like something that we would do in the, in just the afternoons and do it. But it does kind of hurt my feelings. And now you're getting a huge backlash of people that hate podcasters.
Yeah.
Comedians, the Rogan sphere comedy guys have kind of cannibalized all the top places of podcasting. So you're getting this weird, like, Anthony Jeselnik, like, kickback of hate to those guys. Like, you guys aren't comedians, you're podcasters now. They're trying to make it a bad word.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the problem was for a little while there, everybody thought they were also interesting enough to do a podcast.
Everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know this because we hear the promos during all of our commercial breaks that will tell you about the next podcast that iHeart has probably spent millions of dollars on that no one will ever listen to. Dudes on Dudes.
Yeah.
Whatever podcast they're talking about.
We're going to find out, Jules.
Wasn't there like a knitting murder? But
yes,
Tessa was involved.
There's been very esoteric podcasts that they have paid for on this.
Then there was this guy on the...
Police say I killed my family and rigged my house to explode.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sold.
It's just, it all got weird. And it all comes back to the stuff that can stand the test of time, like A Mediocre Time, obviously, where you're based on comedy. And you two together, is there ever do you guys fight?
Oh yeah,
you do.
This has been our most fighty year.
Really?
We've fought more. It's almost coming in for a landing. So that's why we're fighting.
Can you guys feel like Sabrina and I can feel when
let's talk about our fights. You want to tell them about our fights?
We need to get into this.
Well, he's super non-emotional, and I'm emotional. So when we do clash, it's one of those.
Same.
Yeah. So we fight like when we do fight, we fight like we are a married couple. We really do.
Yeah.
I've got a podcast idea.
All right.
We're going to switch. We do the non-emotionals with the emotionals and see what happens. And then C-Lane, I think you'll be good for both, right?
Sure. Yeah, C-Lane's never going to get a fight with anybody on the show. But Sabrina and I will fight, and it'll boil over. We could feel that it's kind of coming to a head sometimes, like butting heads a little bit.
And that's when I turn off my mic.
The listeners could feel it, too, because I get text to my personal cell phone that says, oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, they can feel it bubble.
Yeah.
We don't really get many on-airs. Ours are off-airs, and we normally...
That's healthier, I think.
I don't know if it's healthier because we're fighting about things that can't change. I'll give you
like what?
Well, Tom can't change who he is, and he's a non-emotional. He's not going to pick up on things. He's not going to notice things. And I'm hyper-emotional, and I'm going to see everything. And those are unchangeable.
You guys
things.
are going to be the way you are.
We are.
So we're the exact opposite, and we sit in the same room 1 foot from each other and talk to each other 3 hours a day.
It
does.
So is it just small things that build up into...
I'm trying to think of one... I have a tendency to freak out. Like, I have time anxiety. So if I think like maybe, because he's more laid back.
Yeah,
so if I think
chill.
maybe he's just being too chill, it'll build in me, right? And it'll like, you can see it in me, right? When I'm like,
It's like any marriage where, just time together, two humans. I don't know any human beings that can spend, because like I spend more time with Daniel than I do my wife, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
Because I go to work. I mean, our job is, people ask us this all the time. They're like, you do a podcast? What do you do? What do you work 2 hours a week? And I'm like, no, it's basically a 9 to 3 every day. But, we go in the morning.
3 p.m. is pretty sweet, I got to tell you.
We have our routines, and then we record at lunch, then record after, and then we end up talking to each other, and now it's just me and Daniel.
All of our employees quit.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to take over the show, and I'm never going to let that happen. So I freaked out on all of them, yelling and screaming at them.
We're too crazy to be around every day.
The thing that always comes to mind for me is when I hear somebody go like, I have 200 friends, I have 300 friends. I'm like, you have 200 people, you don't spend a lot of time with those people. If you spend a lot of time with any person on earth, there's going to be little bits of friction that build up. And then all of a sudden you're screaming at each other and somebody from the outside sees it and they go, wow, what's going on with you guys? And it happens regardless. But you guys are able to work through that, obviously.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't agree with that. Well, I mean, I hold grudges, as you know. As you know, I am the king of holding grudges on Real Radio, and I will hold them until I die.
I would love to hear from either of you, and I don't want this to happen. I don't wish this into existence at all. But if you guys had like a bridge burning moment and one of you just completely dumped on the other, I would tune in for every second on that. If you were like, let me tell you what was really going on behind the scenes of the show. I mean,
see,
I'd like to hear that about Real Radio, actually. We could do that right now.
I'll tell you. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea.
You just puckered some beeholes.
I'll tell you 10-year-old gossip that does not even relevant. But it's funny, though, because me and Daniel share so much reality about what's going on with our lives that there is not much of a secret. Like, anything that I couldn't even, honestly, if you give me a lie detector, I couldn't tell you something about Daniel that we haven't said on the show.
Right.
And I think that's honestly
good and bad.
Over the years, like I know I have, and I'm sure Daniel has too. I've used the show like almost a therapy. I've psychoanalyzed this high before, where I'm like,
we're always high too.
I just tell the truth, embarrassing things about myself, things that I'm thinking about, like the things I probably shouldn't say on the show about my marriage, my kids, about my insecurities and stuff like. And then I think me and Daniel have used
one time
our
he had
show.
A fissure. He had to go to the doctor.
Don't tell me. I said that on the BDM show.
Yeah. But one time he had to go to the doctor.
A little teaser for you.
He got a fissure and he had to go get the what are those things? The douches.
No. So I see what's happening. Are there different levels to this therapy? Like, is the deep stuff on the BDM shows? You're like, I can say this here.
Okay. I'm going to let you know a little secret. We say that, but all the shows are the same.
No, I hold stuff on like this is for medium only. Like this is a very behind the scenes thing.
We save the good stuff like the butt feature.
Do you guys ever feel like that, Sabrina? Do you ever feel like the show is a bit of therapy for you, or no?
I go to therapy because of the show.
Okay, so
me too. I go to therapy right after this.
Yeah, the only thing I've done like that is I will say things on this show, and then somebody in public will come up to me and say it to me, and I'm like, you know that?
Yeah.
I thought that was in a commercial break. Damn it.
I should not have said that out loud. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah, I do forget, and I forget how long I've been doing this too, which is a weird thing because I think didn't we think about it? And didn't you add it up? And this is my 29th year of broadcasting in Orlando.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. And I like to think of myself as still being like young because I'm small. You know, like a little dog.
Yeah.
But I'm a wart-covered little dog. I'm so old.
Daniel's been broadcasting so long, he remembers when you could say the N-word on the radio. Seriously.
He's not joking. Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. We're going to take a quick break.
No. That was Sean's keyword. So
we're giving away $1,000.
They used to have a rule there, like if you're black, you could say it.
He's digging the hole. He's going deeper.
I'm sweating.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break. These guys are used to having some time afterwards to edit the bad stuff out of the podcast. They're like,
well, no one said it. We know that, right?
No, we're good. You can say it if you want.
Absolutely not.
All right.
We tried to get Deb to say it on Jim Colbert yesterday. Nobody's any fun anymore.
This is something you guys do a lot.
When we come back, we're going to talk more about the beer fest that's going down on Saturday in Sofa and Suds. It's happening on Sunday in beautiful Sanford,
Georgia.
I almost said Savannah. I would have ruined your weekend. It's a beautiful Sanford where the weather is supposed to be phenomenal, and you should absolutely be out there hanging out with them. So you guys can hang out with us for a bit?
Yeah.
All right.
I might have to jet.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Maybe. I'll give it my best.
All right. Okay. Possibly they'll be here. We're not sure. We'll see what happens. That is coming up next. So the news, Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
No major problems on most of the major roadways, although you could expect your regular delays on I-4 before State Road 429 approaching the Lake Buena Vista area. There's congestion through the city on I-4 between Orange Blossom Trail and Princeton Street there. No major problems on Florida's Turnpike or the Beach Line, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family, and that means he's taking care of your family. Especially when it comes to making big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first dream home. You want to work with someone who has your best interest in mind, someone who's looking out for you, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're detecting the undetectable. Using advanced AI technology, our experts can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds.
Revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The holiday season is a time to celebrate with friends, family, and even pets. That's why Tractor Supply makes it easy to find them all the perfect gift. Shop for everyone on your list at TractorSupply.com today.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmers market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Rebuilding after a flood can be difficult, but if you have flood insurance, you don't have to go through it alone. The National Flood Insurance Program can help you and your family recover by paying claims swiftly and fairly. If you've experienced flood damage, start rebuilding today by calling your insurance agent or company to file a claim. For more information about how to get your claim started, visit floodsmart.gov/claims. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
that rocks my mind and blows my world when I see these stories.
Mine rocked.
It is absolutely rocked, world blown, and I see Bitcoin at $100,000.
Oh, did it hit 100K?
It hit 100K for a second or two. Then it went down a little bit, and then it's like flirting with it. Bitcoin. Folks, we've been doing this show, as we just said, when we were chatting with our friends Tom and Dan for a long time now. And at the beginning of the Bitcoin revolution, we were talking about this like crazy when nobody else was talking about it. We were talking about Bitcoin
and doing
when
no
it was
investing.
Like it might have been a couple of dollars for a Bitcoin.
The one I
at that
remember was like significantly $75. And we were like, that's crazy for something you can't even touch.
Yeah, we were literally having those conversations. We're going,
We had
can
bought
you
one.
believe that somebody would pay this much money, $75 for a digital currency? And we were all up in the world of Bitcoin, and we did everything but what we should have done, because Bitcoin, each one of them is now worth about $100,000.
Yeah. Wow. The one smart thing I feel like I did was once I felt so terrible for not investing then, I was like, all right, what do we got? And I put money into Ethereum, and that's about it. Like the other ones that I put in are not doing as well, but Ethereum seems to keep going on the up and up. Now, I wish I would have put a little bit more than, I don't know, I think I did like $120.
Yeah, but
so I'm in the green, but if I put maybe some like $1,000 or something.
If we would have bought 10 Bitcoin, we would have had $1 million. That's insane to me.
I can't believe Doge is still in the mix.
It's just so much money that's been made in that world. I have got some cryptocurrency, but my God, how did I do some really, really bad trades in that world?
Sitting on 100,000 Iraqi dinar. So.
Oh yeah, it hasn't turned around yet.
No, it keeps going down.
I have $1 million Pepe. So
Pepe's supposed to be on the up and up.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to riding that one to the moon.
What's your $1 million Pepe worth right now?
Right now, it's worth $1.53.
Okay, it's
I'm
a
gonna
start.
go in on some Pepe too.
I saw this video of this little kid yesterday. He's maybe 12 or 13 years old, and he's doing a stream. And I said, man, it's a different world. This 12, 13-year-old kid goes, buy my new coin, buy my new coin. And he's got a live screen up in front of him that shows this cryptocurrency that he had made as a teenager. And his cryptocurrency goes up to $30,000, his value of it. And he sells it at all immediately and flicks off the camera and tries to do like a rug pull live on his stream in front of everybody, ripping off the people that purchased it. But then afterwards, a bunch of news stories went out about this, and the actual cost of this cryptocurrency that this kid made as a scam went up to 3, 4, 5 times what it was. And now the kid is losing out because he sold it, his own cryptocurrency, too early, and other people are making money. And I go, none of this makes sense. This doesn't make sense, okay? It seems like we're on very rocky ground here, but this is where we're at, and this flirting with $100,000 for each Bitcoin at the moment.
I need somebody to explain to me. I don't know what a rug... I've heard of the term rug pull, and I know what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to screw a bunch of people out of money, and one person is supposed to somehow benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I volunteer as being the benefit person. If you guys
I
want
would
a
like
rug
that,
pull.
too.
Got it,
Yeah.
I called it first, so you can be the next one.
I would definitely like to make some money on this stuff. It would be very, very nice.
But I mean, I just don't know like what happens when I'm watching the meter go up and down. And last night, you know, when I saw it get up to $98,000 for Bitcoin, and I thought, wow, that's crazy, $98,000. But what is happening there? What is?
I don't know.
What are the ones and zeros doing to manipulate people?
You guys want to talk to somebody that knows what they're?
No, because it gets too far into the weeds. Once they get past the word blockchain, I'm like, I just right
I know.
to sleep.
I did ask a friend of the show that had talked to us about it a couple years ago. And I just was like, hey, you know, I was talking to somebody. I see things moving around. What should I get? And then I opened up my phone, and there were 17 messages about like a wallet, but that's Phantom Wallet. And then you do the beepity bops, and then I'm like, sounds good, man. I'm going to look into it. I just printed out your messages so I could sit down and really concentrate.
Like digest them and try to take them in for a little while.
Can I just give you my money and you do the thing?
I'm not even doing real crypto with my Doge and my Pepe because it's through Robinhood, and that's not real. You don't actually own those coins. It's not real. It's not. Robinhood is not a crypto wallet.
What do you mean?
We're too in the weeds already.
So how do I get my money? I just gave him a lot of money.
Well, you have to sell it through Robinhood and hope that they give you the money.
Suffice to say that a lot of money has been made in that world, and kudos to you if you made it. Over to a Florida man who has been charged in a plot to bomb the New York Stock Exchange. And they said the guy's name is Harun Abdul Malik Yener. And he worked with several FBI informants and undercover employees. He said he was going to blow up the stock exchange during the Thanksgiving break. And they said he was storing bomb-making schematics in an unlocked storage unit in Coral Springs, Florida. They found all sorts of timers and all the stuff that he would need. And he also was following a YouTube channel that allegedly shared bomb-making tips. Hey, can we shut that down, please? We probably shouldn't have YouTube channels that tell you how to make bombs. That seems kind of bad. This guy has been put to a stop, and thankfully nobody will be blown up by him. All right, we want to go to you and get some of your thoughts in.
Nice ending sentence.
That's the way I have to put it today.
Hopefully nobody explodes.
Hopefully nobody else tries to bomb the stock exchange after this guy. I don't want any of that happening. It all sounds very bad to me.
A rug pull.
One dispatch real quick. We'll work in somebody, and let's go with Master Bruce talking about Coco Melon of all things.
Hey, junkies. I've noticed with my kids, especially my oldest, she's 7, a lot of attitude changes from watching the repetitive shows. For example, the abandonment of someone on a show, they have to go find the kid because he's lost, or an animal because they're lost. Octonauts, for one of them, it does the same thing.
Sure.
And now every time
So what he's saying is all these kids shows, it's the same sort of plot over and over and over that they're doing. Of course they're going to do that. But more interesting is the fact that they are using actual science to get your kid addicted to these shows. They want to make sure that your kid is locked in and hooked in to Cocomelon or whatever else they're trying to put in front of them.
Now, in the show that my son watches the most, they do
The Good Wife.
No, Mickey Mouse Mixed Up Adventure. It's a two-parter. Each episode's a two-parter, and the first one is like Mickey, who seems to be just good at everything by default.
Boy, that's right.
He's like a master mechanic. He's a really good singer. These are all things that I wasn't aware about.
Can't
Mickey.
be a master mechanic with 3 fingers.
He is. He's got his own workshop, like his own mechanic shop.
And how does he pay for that? With all the other people's money.
All that Disney money. That's what he's doing. Yeah.
Or Pluto.
But the second half is like the girls, like Minnie and Daisy, and they help people. And when they don't have anybody to help, they just drive around looking for somebody who needs help. So it's like this weird early indoctrination to try and teach my son that he should just be helpful all the time. It's like, it better pay off, man.
Is this like an ambulance just driving around a neighborhood trying to find somebody to help? Like,
they're like, nobody called their cell phone and asked, like, oh, hey, can you help us, do this? And so they just go around and like, oh, that building's windows are really dirty. We should help them by washing them.
Well, that's kind of a sweet message, I
It
guess,
is,
right?
except when a kid goes to do that and they get shot for entering someone's property.
Yeah, that's no good. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. We want to hear from you. Send us
That's
a dispatch.
the real world, kids.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Thanks again to our friends Tom and Dan. They got the Bad It Business Beer Fest that's coming up this Saturday in Sanford. It is going to be beautiful out there.
Oh, yeah.
So go out and enjoy yourself on Saturday for the Beer Fest. They said the cups are at noon, the sample cups. You get them at noon, and the beer is at 2 for Saturday's Beer Fest in Sanford. And then on Sunday, they're going to be having the event Sofa and Suds. And those races, if you want to bring the family out, no matter where you're coming from, those start at 2 p.m.
I wonder if they're bringing out the giant beer again that just blows bubbles out of the top the whole time.
I hope so.
Because Mo DeWitt's kid loved that thing. I think he lost a shoe in there.
All right, we are going to take a quick break. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative.
For today, we are going to be expecting plenty of sunshine, but temperatures will be much cooler. A high of 68 degrees today in Orlando. For tonight, we expect clear skies to continue with temperatures dipping down into the mid-40s overnight. So be sure to grab the jacket for tomorrow. These cool temperatures stick around through at least the first half of the weekend, with highs staying in the mid-60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
This Thanksgiving, get road ready at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive in today for a quick but never rushed oil change so you can enjoy more time with family. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your go-to oil change for holiday travel.
Black Friday is coming, and there's something for the adults who love the coolest toys, too. Bartesian is the premier cocktail maker that makes over 60 cocktails. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Save $100 by visiting bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Don Jr. here, guys. Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Don't speak to them on your own. They are not your friends. To reach a team of licensed tax professionals that can help you reduce, settle, and resolve your tax matters, go to tnusa.com and check them out.
Solve your tax problems today. Call 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com. That's 1-800-780-8888.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, every time I scoot to the table during Thanksgiving dinner, I am thankful for another year of eating wonderful food with family and friends, and that is what life is all about. But if you don't take care of yourself, those will be limited experiences, and that's where Life Imaging FLA comes in with their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and look, what happens is this. They give you a glimpse inside to make sure your heart is healthy. When I got my scan, my heart was fine, but there were other issues we found. Took that to my primary care doctor, and off we go into taking care of me for years to come. And while you're there, it's imperative. Ask about their cancer screening as well. And remember, there are no dyes or injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. The entire process only takes a few minutes. And it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's right, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Guys, make that call today. Take care of your long-term health care with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The great American race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, sweetie, I got you.
iPhone 13?
Yeah, it's from Total Wireless. Ooh, and what's cool, it has
super fast 5G and the awesome dual camera system. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I
love you, Dad. Best dad ever.
Get iPhone 13 for just $99 when you switch and buy 2 months of the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. But you better hurry. They'll go faster than you can say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.
Total Wireless. We're totally with you. Limited time offer while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Available exclusively in Total Wireless stores. 5G access requires a 5G capable device and a 5G service area.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And thanks for being with us today. We do appreciate it, as you know. And thanks for all of your dispatches. We'll work in a couple final ones here in just a moment in the final dispatches. So right now, let's get to this. I wanted to talk about how there could be some major changes at MSNBC because NBC, or the parent company, has decided they're going to sell it off and they want to get rid of this.
After the Morning Joe mishap?
I don't know if that's related. I think they got more problems than that over there. And what happens is, if you have MSNBC becoming sort of the anti-Fox News, far left stuff, the problem is if somebody says crazy stuff over there, they feel like it dings NBC. And so they're going to spin this off, Comcast is, and they're going to probably even rename everything. So you won't be able to have MSNBC, so it's detached from the NBC brand moving forward.
Is that not something that, obviously doesn't bother Fox affiliates?
No, it wouldn't bother Fox at all. They wouldn't care.
Fox News, but then, that whole
Oh, no. Fox does have that problem. Yes. Yeah. Fox has a similar problem in as much as people think local Fox affiliates are somehow attached to Fox News. Because
Mainly my mother.
Right. Yeah.
She used to say that she watches Fox News every morning, and I'm like, Mom, I know the way you vote. That is not what you think it means.
Yeah, you're like, I want to watch a new episode of Family Guy on Fox, and then you realize the content is also very opposite, but do they go to the same holiday party at the end of the year?
The problem is that's kind of bad for your brand, because Fox and NBC, those are things that are supposed to be away from politics. They don't want to alienate anybody. They want everybody to watch the shows that they watch. But then Fox News is very, very different. MSNBC is very, very different. You're going to see some changes over there. I think they're in some pretty big trouble moving forward.
Well, I think the weirdest part is that they've kept the MS part of their name for so long. Microsoft hasn't been part of MSNBC since 2005.
Oh, no, their entire name doesn't want them. Like Microsoft is like, hey, what are we doing as part of this?
But they haven't, because it used to be like a mix up of MSN, which was Microsoft's like internet service, which I think most people forgot Microsoft had their own dial-up internet service. And NBC, and then Microsoft has been out of there for so long that I don't even know why they kept that for anything other than name recognition.
I think a lot of people are over that kind of content right now. It's too negative. The grifters have been gobbling up all the money that they could from feeding you the things that you want to hear from them. And I think your life is better if you unplug from some of that stuff. It's not great for the overall
That's why I'm watching
mindset. Silo, I'm excited to get back into. We're trying to blaze through the first season again so we know what's going on.
There was some stuff I forgot. I got to be honest.
C-Lane only told me, he goes, it starts off slow, but man.
That last second.
I'm like, well, now I don't know what the hell's going on here. I want to catch up with this.
I'm so excited.
I'm
so
do
you
it this
did watch
weekend.
the first episode?
I finally finished it yesterday. Yeah,
that was good.
And then Nicole has no idea what's going on. I'm like, there's the recap. Let's watch it because this is going to be every new episode. We're going to be watching it together.
I love it. It's a cool show. I can't wait to watch the new one. Okay, let's do these final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
We'll see. Song guy, we'll see. Let's get to him. Here we go. Then we got Bearded Beauty with a dispatch. Hello?
So you guys are sitting there talking about rolled vehicles and stuff. Yeah, I drive for a garbage company for about 11 years. Last year, had a guy come into my lane while I was driving a porta potty truck. And catch the truck in the back behind the cab, pushes me off the road and rolls the entire porta potty truck over. Yeah, that's my
was it to drop off or
experience?
Yeah, that's
with
the big
rolled
question.
Vehicles.
Were those used or not used porta potties?
So gross.
Could be real
Go back
gross.
to the drawing board for porta potties, man.
All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right. They're the best. If you want to take the stress out of your move, you go with Cento Family Moving and Storage. For packing to delivery, they're fully licensed and insured. They'll provide a seamless moving experience, door to door, and it'll feel like home in no time. You know, whenever you move, you go through that little weird phase where it doesn't quite feel like home yet. Yeah. You still feel like you're on a sleepover. With the Cento Family Moving and Storage, they'll get all your stuff situated so that passes a whole lot faster. And you could be next. Get a quote today at centomoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
Oh, Sabrina, I don't know if you've tried this. I know Courtney will be excited about this. C-Lane, I'm not sure. McRib is headed back to McDonald's in a limited time in December. I don't like them, but Courtney does. Courtney's a big fan of them, actually.
I think they're good. Also, they're selling jugs of the full-ass jugs of the McRib sauce for Christmas.
Really?
For the really big fans.
It's kind of a smart idea. McDonald's over there, they're bringing back their McValue menu to try to bring in customers once more. And Elton John's epic $38 million flop. His Broadway musical Tammy Faye has said goodbye. draw on the audience he wanted to. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, November 21st, 2024. What happened?
Officials are saying giraffes are the next endangered species.
That really got you, huh? Today I learned this guy. Zach Brown Band is correct. The Chicken Fried Song, not the Chicken Fried Lady. The Chicken Fried Song by the Zach Brown Band was originally released in 2005. When it first came out, it was a flop. It was by... it was on an album called Homegrown. When they re-released it, it was a huge song for them on the album The Foundation. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.